stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Well, as you can see, this is the last Saturday Night Vibe show of the year, and it is our reward show. So let's go ahead and get into it. Plus, an introduction to a new segment. Stay tuned. Welcome to Saturday Night Vibe, the progressive news show with Let's Be S3. I am your host, Marlon Clyburn, along with Tracy Carson, Theos Robinson, and Anna Hart. Hey, what a Saturday, dude. This is the last Saturday Night Vibe for 2022. But it's our reward show. And
award show?
Our reward show.
Okay.
For videos and stories and things like that there. The best of, the worst of. Unfortunately, I was the one who had to make the decision on it because I forgot to send out the voting for it, but I think I did a pretty good job, so we'll see. Hey, Tracy.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Been in the house all day making videos all day, but I'm here.
Anna Hart.
Hello, hello. I've been here all day too.
And Theos Robertson.
Yeah, I've been here. I ain't did nothing.
Marlon Clyburn. Yeah, about the same. Been here. I ain't done jack. I put the show together. Thank goodness there was football to watch. So
I literally wasted today. That nothing happened. I did some sit-ups and some curls.
Hey,
Hey,
that's
That's
right.
great, yeah. Keep
and you hate sit-ups.
I hate them.
But they're necessary.
Ooh,
Got
Yeah,
to
One
do
day
it.
I'm gonna actually get on the treadmill that I own instead of just walking past it. It's on
gold.
the to-do list.
Has it became your
Oh.
hanger yet?
No.
Because that's how the treadmill in this house has always been. It winds up being somebody's coat rack.
Mhm.
Not yet.
Let's see who's already out there. Mickey, I've been hanging with you guys too much. Come to YT, and your show was the first to pop up. Yeah. Well, Mickey, I appreciate you being here. Me too. Hey, Mickey.
Hey,
everybody.
Susan. Hey,
Hello,
Mickey.
Susan.
Hey,
Hello,
Foxy.
my lovely wife, who tried to stop me from telling everybody that she uses the treadmill. That's all.
But she's in great shape.
She is, but still, she did use the treadmill as a.
But I'm sure she exercises in other ways. Walkings.
She said, "Stop putting her business out in the streets." So I'm telling y'all that she said, "Do not put her business out in the streets."
Well,
I own a rowing machine. It's somewhere in here. and I got a sit-up bench. It's behind the screen here. I walk by exercise equipment every day.
I make mine real easy. I just go to the YMCA and swim. I can't put all this equipment and stuff. Just go swimming, and that's just it. I'm done.
The YMCA costs too much, and then like anytime you want to get in the pool, there's other people all in the pool, so it's like it's either a class going on, so you can't use it, or you got those people who like they should have been in the Olympics, but they had a torn ligament or something, so. Now you try to get in the pool and my splashing, barely swimming self looks just stupid next to this fish person. So nah.
I think it's the best form of exercise because I'm using my own weight. I don't have to like do extra stuff. I just jump in and go.
No, I'm good.
I learned how to swim so that I wouldn't drown.
Well,
so
that's
I'm not
good.
very great. So I'm not very great.
I haven't even got to that point yet.
Well, I'm not accomplished, Marlon. So basically, I can.
Wait a minute, you can't swim?
Yeah.
Most black people, well, a lot of black people can't swim. But the thing about it is though, like I can swim freestyle, and I can swim underwater. I cannot tread water or do any other stroke.
So basically,
I'm only alive until I get tired.
So basically, y'all need to be in the kiddie pool. That's what y'all telling me. Just be in a little kiddie pool.
When I was in high school. Yeah, my first high school, swimming was a required part of PE.
Yep, that's what I was.
Because up north we actually own pools, and down here in the south, no. So I could swim. I always wanted to hang out in a kiddie pool. Like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to stay in the 3-foot water, but they make you take swimming tests. So I'm able to swim, or at least back then, I could swim the entire length. And we had an Olympic-sized pool. I could swim the entire length of the pool. Problem was, I never breathed. So I swam the whole way and never breathed one time. So
you're supposed to come up.
I'm not coming back. So I would get to the end and get out the pool and walk.
But you can walk the length, Marlon. If you can't swim, you can just walk the length of the pool and just walk it.
Yeah, grown man. Yeah, grown man. Get out there.
I see grown men do it all the time.
Hey, grown man.
All the time.
Hey,
I
grown
see it all
man.
the time.
As long as my feet can touch the bottom, I'm one of the greatest swimmers on the planet.
You could just walk the length of the
pool.
pool.
Ahead, water walker.
That's what I do most of the time. I don't actually swim. I just walk the length of the pool.
Do it, water walker. No, it's actually good because it's good therapy for like joints.
Your
like
joints?
If you have bad knees and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have bad knees, and boy, I'm like I can feel the difference.
Yeah, I tried to walk. I got stairs in my house, and sometimes I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna run up the stairs," and then I regret it when I get to the top of the stairs.
Then you're like,
I'm not that bad, but my legs hurt. I'm like, my legs are way too weak. I gotta do something about that.
Yeah, I'm one of my resolutions, which I know don't have a resolution, but one of my goals next year is to get into better shape.
Yeah, I got
even if it's cardio, just something different. But let's get this party started. Look at that. On my end, the whole song played. Wow. Cool. Been a while since I did that. Anyway, so for biggest argument we've ever had on the show, the winner is.
To start, my ex and I were 19 when she got pregnant. We had recently broken up, and she found out a couple of weeks later that she was pregnant. She said that she planned to get an abortion, but she only wanted her sister there. So, I was always under the belief that she had aborted. She only contacted me once saying that it was done, and we didn't speak again. Fast forward 19 years later, I found out a month ago that that was a lie. My ex passed away 3 years ago, and my daughter, Kara, has been living with her uncle. He was the one to reach out to give me a heads up after she expressed an interest in wanting us to connect. He and I spoke at length because I was feeling some pretty strong emotions like rage for never being told about her. My ex had backed out of the abortion, but didn't want me involved because we were broken up, so she decided just not to tell me. But he told me that Kara doesn't know about that. Apparently, my ex told Kara that I wasn't ready for fatherhood because we were both so young, so I bailed. I couldn't believe it! Rob, her uncle, told me he knows his sister was wrong for that, but promised me that Kara doesn't have any negative feelings towards me, and that my ex never painted me as some villain, just a young guy who knew that he couldn't properly care for her. He asked me not to tell Kara this when we talk if she asks because it could hurt the way she saw her mom. I never actually confirmed that I would. Kara messaged me and we've been talking. I've met her twice, and it's been crazy emotional. I look at this girl who looks just like me, and it hurts that we're just barely getting to know each other. So far, our conversations have only been about what her life was like, how my life is, what her wants and future goals are, and getting to know each other. We met again Tuesday, and she finally decided to ask the obvious questions about what made me not want to be involved. She asked how I felt, what went through my mind, did I ever think about her, etc. I had been thinking about what to do in that moment, and I just didn't have it in me to lie, so I was honest. I told her that I was told about the abortion, that I had no idea that she even existed until now, but that I really want to be in her life and have the chance to be her father, if she wants that. Kara was a bit emotional, we talked some more, and she said that she still wants me involved. That night, my phone was blowing up. Not just from Rob, but from her grandparents as well. They're all outraged for telling Kara about her mom because she yelled at all of them and is refusing to even take their calls. Yes, the lie was terrible, but I just ruined the image that she had of her late mother for my own benefit. Rob called me a selfish dick for not taking into consideration how this would affect Kara finding out about all this. So right now I feel like garbage. I get that honesty is the best policy, but in this case, I don't know if I was the butthole for doing it. I'm still learning this whole dad business, so I don't know if I dropped the ball here. OP.
So before anybody gets started, the runner-up, and I didn't feel like playing the video, but if y'all can remember, the runner-up was the wife who had a very specific job in a very niche organization. Her husband, who didn't have a job, found a job with her competitive company, and he wanted that specific job. And she was afraid that she was the biggest breadwinner, that it would really be hard for her to find another job if she gets fired from this, was begging her husband not to take the other job. And he was determined. I know, I should have played it, but yeah, it was too busy. So, anybody?
When was this?
It doesn't
What?
matter.
No, when did we first play that? I don't even remember that one.
Which
Yeah.
one? About the husband?
Yes, about the father that thought his child was aborted.
Oh, no, that was
I
actually more
remember
recent.
this one.
Oh, my
Mhm.
memory's terrible. Because I'm like, it was when? And we
Yeah,
got
that
in
was
an
more
argument.
recent. That was only a couple months ago.
Whether the father did the right thing by following his gut or not, and I think we did disagree.
Yeah, my stance didn't change.
What was your stance again? Just remind me, because I'm sitting there like, what?
Well, on this particular story, my stance on it is that it's not a father's job to do that. What he did was selfish. It only helped him. Marlon kind of disagreed with me, but that was cool. And then on the other one, I think we were mostly all in agreement with respect
Yeah,
to
we
the
all thought
the
she
job
was.
situation.
Yeah,
we
her I
was-
remember. I was like, girl, shut up. What are you
We
supposed
was,
to do?
and
Not
I
work?
wasn't. But as time went on, I started going, yeah, okay, now I get it, because I'm trying to figure out why do you just really, really, really have to take this job? So I was like,
Yeah,
Hey,
that one. That's right. That's right. We definitely did not agree because Marlon was the one sitting there talking about, I have a life too. I have feelings and a career. But
no,
yeah.
I was like, why are you? My whole stance was, why are you putting the job over the marriage? And that was my stance. And
Exactly.
now
He was putting the job over the marriage.
And now I can change my stance of going, dude, why? if she has a niche job that's making X amount of money, more money than you could even make if you took this job, and she said she will pay for you to go back to school to get more experience in anything else, why are you just so determined to take this job? I was like, okay, now I see what everybody was saying, but
I don't know. I don't care. Even if it was they offering me more money than she's getting paid, and she is already established in her job, and she tells me, no, don't take that job because it is my competitor, which could cause me to lose my job, then I'm not taking that job. I'm already unemployed. I can get the
like
next
you
one.
can get another job.
You know what I'm saying? That's selfish. I can't stand dudes who think that whatever is important for their life is more important than their wife's life. I can't stand them dudes. And they all over the place. They everywhere. I'm like, dude, for real? So you get to self-actualize, but she's supposed to stay in her role.
Yep.
Got it.
That's the idea.
But then this one with the abortion situation, I mean, build your relationship with your daughter. Whatever might not be fair or whatnot, but whatever problems you might have had with the mothers, you got that got buried with her. Ain't nothing, nothing you can do now. So how does it benefit this young lady, this child that you say you want to be a father to? How does it benefit them for you to tell them, well, I wasn't there because your mama said you had an abortion, she had an abortion?
Nothing changed.
Yeah,
didn't help at all, man.
I'm always gonna lean on the side of telling the truth.
I am however my relationship.
You can avoid that, but like you know what, the past is not important. It's
you can
the
tell
future.
the truth by saying, I didn't know because your mother didn't tell me that we had a child, and now I have an opportunity to hopefully first become your friend, and if you're agreeable, there's nothing I like more than to be your father. That's what you say. You ain't got to go
because
nobody wants
she
to
lied
know
about getting an abortion and thought that was
I want to know that they were like their mama was thought about giving them up. Like that doesn't help anybody. It like literally helps no.
Okay, wait a minute.
Mickey says the father was right. Nah, Mickey. Nah.
I think the father was right for telling the daughter. She may have had a deep resentment that he dumped her before she was born. They have a lifetime ahead of them, and they should start off with honesty.
That honesty is the best policy. Some bullshit.
It isn't.
I mean,
that mother raised that girl on a lie. And
perhaps
you want the father to
she never painted him as the villain.
Y'all moralizing this truth thing. Let's just be real. The truth is bullshit, all right? The truth is circumstantial. Sometimes the truth is what you need to do. Sometimes the truth you don't need to bring up. That's the reality of life.
But then what if she had found out and he was hiding it from her? Then you if she found out the story anyway, and now she's wondering why he didn't tell her.
At that point, he can easily explain it. Because if like 2 years later, one of her uncles gets drunk and tells her, or grandma feels like it's time to let her know because she's now 25 or whatever, right? And then she comes to me and she's like, wait a minute. I found out it's not just that she didn't tell you. She told you that she had an abortion, and that's why you weren't there. And blah, 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 boo, 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 whatever. Then we deal with it then. Because at the end of the story, no matter how you cut it, not my fault. So let her come to you on her terms. But I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry.
She did come to him on her terms and asked the
question. And then he just went
why
off
did
extra.
you abandon me?
Yeah,
and sorry, I did not abandon you. I didn't even know you existed.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
He could have stopped right there. He didn't have to say the mother. She lied about having an abortion, and everything ain't meant to be told.
Is on the abortion part of it.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That part doesn't.
You just leave out that you don't have to tell it like just all.
Only reason you would tell it is because you want to feel better about yourself.
Yep, that's
and if
it.
You're a parent, and as parents, it ain't about you. Like it ain't. It's just not. So if you going into anything with your kids centered on yourself, there's something a little bit goofy going on here. So,
or make a choice like
so
I
my
did.
call
Don't become
is
a
what
parent.
I said. Y'all go around and knock over doll houses and step on Legos all you want to. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
I'm telling the truth.
Go ahead, Mom.
The
Tell
truth,
the truth.
it will set you free.
And then you
But
go
there's
city
a
council
way
with
to tell the truth. You don't have to come all out and say, "Hey, your mama wanted to have an abortion,"
Or
get
run the
what you're
risk of losing
saying,
her
that
all.
we're
Good
missing
luck.
the
Yeah.
one element he should have kept out.
yes,
And
that's
yeah,
all we
he may have
saying.
made
Keep
a
it
mistake
out.
on it.
And then when
But-
she, when she matures, then he could, ease it in there. You don't just boom, wham it right in her face.
I guess you're gonna tell her that, when I met your mama, I didn't really know her that well. You know what I'm saying? We got drunk at the bar and we did our
Yeah,
thing.
and
you
she
know
was
what I'm
looking
saying?
good in that mini skirt, and I just had to.
It's all the
No, nobody. No.
When I met your mama, she wasn't even wearing panties. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad, stop.
She probably will, I hope. Hey, buddy.
I'm just saying there's things that don't need to be said.
Yeah, the abortion thing, he could have got right up to it, like Thea said, and not included the abortion part. He could have said, "I wasn't ready.
I didn't know.
I didn't know." He could have just said, "I didn't know."
That's all you
Period.
need.
That's
I didn't
it.
know. She did not tell me. I had no way to find her.
And that's not a lie. He didn't know because he thought she etched him out of his child's life.
That would have been a lie.
Wouldn't have been
That
a lie.
would not have been a lie.
Because
He didn't know.
She knew she
No.
was pregnant. So
But it's not
happened
his
between
lie.
him knowing
But that's
she
not
was
his lie.
pregnant?
That was
his
the
lie.
mother.
Marlon want to feel
So
good
he's
about himself.
still
That's all. Marlon want to feel
How
good
is
about
he
himself.
still
Marlon want to
lying?
go
He
up in the room
didn't know.
and be like, "Look,
Nah,
I'm here.
no.
I'm here, and your mama was a liar, and I'm here."
My mama told me that you knew she was pregnant with me, and then you're gonna come back with a lie saying I didn't know.
He didn't
didn't.
know.
You didn't know.
She put him out of the child's life. She didn't
Like, literally,
speak to
Marlon.
him.
Y'all did not hear
She
what
changed
I
her
said.
mind.
Marlon, literally, that's what you just
Y'all
said.
did not hear what I said.
Yeah, say it
I
again. 'Cause
said
it didn't
because
sound
the
good
we-
from here.
mother told the daughter that she knew she was here. She wasn't ready to raise me, so you abandoned me.
The
So
mother
how
is
is he
the-
gonna come back and lie and say, I did not know?
Because
That's
he
not a
didn't
lie.
know. That's not a lie. He
The
didn't
lie, the
know.
mom told the lie. He
The
didn't tell
mother
the
is
lie.
the liar. Let's get this straight. The mother is the
You was a
liar.
liar. So you
So-
want the dad to say,
So, Marlon,
I
why
did
don't you
not
go ahead
know
and get
you
a
was
shovel?
here?
Get
He
a shovel,
wasn't. He
dig her
didn't
up,
know.
and and have her tell her the truth.
Nah,
Wait a
Marlon, you
minute.
wrong
I'm
on this one.
sorry. What am I missing? When the mom says she knew, your dad knew you was here, and he
But
comes
he
back and
didn't
goes,
know.
I did not know you was. What? Wait, let me finish. I think I know where we're missing at. How is he gonna say I did not know you was here without saying anything about the abortion?
He can
By
simply
saying,
say,
"I did not know."
know. Period. That's it. I did not know. That's it. That's all he had to say. He didn't have to add nothing else. He added that abortion part because he's petty. He's petty.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
I don't. I don't.
'Cause that's some trifling shit.
For him to say he
Y'all
didn't
coming
know,
up
that's
y'all
not a
coming up
lie.
a 19-year-old lie with another lie.
That's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
How is that a
That's
lie?
never-
How is that a lie? How is that a lie?
Because he.
Andy, are you wait, hold on. Let's
This
just
guy
be fair.
is looking
Marlon, so
at
you
his
telling me you
daughter.
don't tell no lies?
This guy is looking at
Marlon,
his
hold on,
daughter
you don't
and
tell
said,
no
I
lies?
did not know that you exist. All she has to say is, wait a minute. My mom said you did know I existed.
And she didn't tell
now
me.
You coming
Boom.
back and saying that you
Thank you,
don't know
Tracy.
I was here.
All she had to do, all
Wait,
I had to do is say,
Marlon,
she
Marlon,
didn't
so
tell me.
You always tell the truth in all circumstances, all day long, every single time you
No.
tell the truth.
I am not
All right,
saying I'm
then.
perfect
This we
on
done.
it,
What's the
but
next
on
story?
certain situations like this, yes, I'm going to
What's
tell
the next story?
That's
the next
not a
story
lie.
then, 'cause,
That
you
is
know,
definitely not a lie.
Because obviously we agree that sometimes the truth ain't the best policy. So that's what we
The
got.
truth is not all the best policy, but
So
when
you're gonna
it
go ahead
is,
and devastate this young girl
it
because
is.
you feel better, to make you feel better about yourself. Okay,
He
got
was
it.
petty.
Cool.
He only said it because he wanted to.
He didn't want to make sure that he was not cast as a villain
But yeah, right.
and the mama did it for what?
because she didn't want to be the villain
She's
either.
immature and she's a lot. And she was a liar.
Well, no, the mom could have done it because she didn't want to be the villain.
So, and she never casted him as the villain. She just told the daughter he wasn't ready to be a father.
No, that does cast him as a villain. But what I'm saying is she didn't want to be cast as a villain by saying that I did not bother to tell your father that you existed and blah, blah, blah. So it's better for her to say that your father wasn't ready and he left us both, girl. He left us both. That's easier on her. Okay, fine. That's wrong. But she dead now. Ain't nothing to do with that. Now, on your side, it's all about, I always come back to this. It's about you, right? What decisions are you making? You can play victim and all the other good stuff all you want to. But the fact is, you are talking to your child, and it's now up to you to guide and protect your child. I don't see how.
And
that
the
helps.
mother
That's
cut
just
him
my call.
off
That's my
from the
take.
child. Let's keep that in mind. The mother cut him off from the child completely.
Yep.
She didn't tell him about her. She didn't say anything about her. She didn't demand child support. She didn't demand emotional support. She just raised the child on her own. She's
So her
the
wrong
villain,
died with her.
not the father.
Now the daughter can still be mad at him, and the dad, he can be mad at her, but the dad doesn't need to give her his anger. Like
Yeah.
a child deserves to love each of their parents unobstructed as best as possible.
Right. And that's not a lie, Marlon. I'm still like, where is that a lie? I don't see the lie. He's
Basically saying it's a lie what the mom did. The mom did an entire lie, which completely disrupted his life, the child's life, and everybody else's life. So there was a big lie. Where we're having a contention is, I don't think it's the father's job to uncover every lie in the world.
Yeah, it's just like, I didn't know. He could have literally stopped right there.
That's self-righteous, but good luck.
Just be like, okay, I didn't know. If I had known, I'd have been a participant in your life, and I apologize. Boom. End of story.
Well, I guess I did find the right one for today.
No, it wasn't about the video. We over here fighting with you. But we love you, though.
Hey, you can fight me. All right, let's move on to the nut job of the year. And fortunately or unfortunately, as you want to take it, it was a tie. Because I couldn't figure out. I just couldn't figure out which one of these was just like, yeah, something wrong with y'all. So, for tie number one.
Some friends several years before my wife and I started dating. The date was in early September, and we met in a restaurant in the city. It was a nice place, the kind where waitstaff wear dress shirts, ties, etc. I was in a nice suit and tie, and she showed up in jeans, flip-flops, and a hoodie. I jokingly said something along the lines of, I'm assuming they didn't tell you this place is kinda snooty. She says, they did, I just don't give an F. I'm not shaving my legs and putting on some fancy dress for some guy who I don't even know if I want to touch his dick, let alone if I'm willing to let him between my legs. I just stared at her in disbelief. She then said, I mean, you seem nice and all, but I'm not in the mood to do all the work when I can just go home and do it myself. I asked her to keep her voice down, and she said, why do you want me to keep my voice down? Are you afraid people will hear me talking about going home and effing myself with my vibrator instead of letting you come back home and F me? I just stood up, walked over to the waiter, paid for my drink, apologized to them for her outburst, and said, blind date, I am not sticking around, and left. I did hear from my friends that she later got married to some guy, stabbed him on their anniversary a few years later, and is now in jail for attempted murder. They were like, yeah, we always knew she was kinda crazy. Yeah, effing think? And then down in the comments, OP shares some more information. Yes, she stabbed her husband. Stabbed, not poked, stabbed. Yeah, she was pretty, but not worth that level of crazy. The people who set us up are no longer friends of mine. That situation was part of the falling out. Also, they became completely insufferable twits. They didn't know that she was that level of crazy. They thought that she was just whiny or pushy at times and outspoken. This woman stabbed her husband about 20 times with one of those small handheld gardening shovels. It was their 1-year anniversary. She's still in prison. The husband eventually got out of the hospital, went through rehab, and moved out of the state. Last I'd heard, he'd gotten remarried and had kids. Our next reply.
What friends are those?
I don't understand why he mad at the friends.
Because they knew she was crazy.
So how many people know crazy people? And we overusing the word crazy. Now, this particular person is crazy. But what I'm saying, generally speaking, how many people? I mean, come on. Come
Yeah,
on
I
now.
think that, well, I think they
Come on.
overuse the word.
And then as
crazy
guys,
with the decision.
what's one of the dumb jokes we hear? We've been hearing it since we were kids. Crazy girls are the most fun. So that's some of the ignorance that we hear growing up as well. So this person was like homicidal. That's a problem. But you can't put that on your friend. Like they did, she hadn't stabbed 4 people beforehand, and then they set her up. Look,
Right.
she's reformed. No, she was just a little, and they said, "Hey, she's cute. You think she's cute? Y'all hit it off. Hey." And then you had a blind date with this person. You saw some warning signs.
And you got up and left
You
like
got
you
out.
should have.
You can't even be mad at your friends for that. Their
But they
liability
were
stopped
twins.
with the blind date. That's where their liability stopped.
This is why you don't go on blind dates. Period.
Good one, Mickey. And we don't know what set her off that day.
It seems to me, and now that I'm rehearing the story, but honestly, it really just seems to me that she may have been a little crazy, but I'm just saying general for that night. It just seemed like she just had a bad day or whatever, and she just had an attitude, and here we go.
No,
No. I've had a bad day. I don't
she was
think
unstable. She was unstable.
I never think I would go into a restaurant and tell a man, why would I have sex with you when I could use my vibrator? I just,
Yeah,
I
she
don't
might have
remember
been.
that.
She might have been
I don't remember
damaged.
that conversation ever happening.
She may very well have been damaged. Who knows what abuse she herself has suffered through her life, where she became what she became. But the fact is, that woman was unstable. So,
All right, we got to keep it going. So here is the second runner-up, the tie, and in my opinion, it's just my opinion, one of these favorite stories.
VIBS. Hey, I just wanted to talk about yesterday. Hey, go on. I'm a bit busy right now, so just write it out and I'll read it and respond later, alright? If you say so. So, I just want to understand. We go out, have dinner, have a nice walk. We talk, and we obviously liked each other. I invite you over to me and you come along. We talk more, we drink more, and I'm getting nice and drunk. Everything good so far, yes? I'm more drunk than you, and I make it clear I want intercourse, but you wouldn't bang me because I want you to be sober when we have intercourse. The F is wrong with you. I bet if I wasn't such a nice person, you wouldn't have waited a minute to stick your dong in my vajango and bang me. Why does nobody ever wanna bang? And even worse, I already prepared myself for it. I shaved my vajango and even my effing butt to be nice and clean. I shave my legs, I even push an effing plug up my butt to be ready for intercourse, but oh no, drunk sex is not cool anymore. Duh, what an idiot I am, right? Am I that ugly to you? Did my vajango stink all the way up that you got so disgusted with me? You didn't even try to accidentally touch my breast or butt while we were walking. WTF! Vanessa told me you're a cool dude. Let me guess. Vanessa's a good lay, right? I bet Vanessa got her brains effed out. If I were blonde and effing beautiful as she, you would have immediately licked my vajango and don't even try to deny it. Sluts always get you guys and we never get anything. I hate you and wasted my effing day and got nothing. Okay.
okay, that whole story was very disturbing. And I was very, very, very much disturbed by vajango.
I kept saying, what is she talking about? Oh, that's what she's talking about.
That was him censoring it. That was his word.
He could have just used the regular term. We would have known what he meant.
Ew.
No, if you call it a vagina, that's what it's called. Is that not what it's
Oh,
called?
the JJ, I've heard of a JJ, but I ain't never heard of a jonga.
We're talking about
Like a bad board game.
We're talking about the the early closings of the pandemic, and YouTube was just like, nope, you can't use that word. We're taking you off. Nope, you can't use that word. We're taking it off. Nope, you can't use that word. So
I'm using
Yeah,
a
I guess he had to come up with
scientific
something that
term.
nobody else
Yeah.
heard of.
Scientists and doctors use that.
even some of the
Nah, because you
scientific words,
remember,
Tracy, there were
I
people
got
who
taken off
off.
because I used the version of an inoculation that is used in common terminology, and they said I was being violent.
Yeah.
So,
But yet
yeah.
the guy who New
Early
York who said
2000 YouTube algorithm was just so. Even if you used a scientific term for that situation, nope, we got to take you off because that was inappropriate. And it's like,
Should have just said her uh-oh and her no-no.
yep, that did it. Or her hoo-ha. Yep.
okay, but can we talk about the video though?
Yeah, I think the second one is worse than the first one.
Yeah, because it was so crass.
If
and crude.
thirsty is a person, ooh, child. That child was thirsty. I'm like, sit down, lady. I don't want to say what I'm going to say because Mickey will take this the wrong way. But, lady, stop it. I'm not going to say what I want to say out loud.
Looks like all these high class women who don't know how to behave.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
I'm still thinking the first one is worse because it involved attempted murder.
He just avoided it.
Yes and no, Theas, because the attempted murder was afterwards. He was describing.
He just what he heard.
Yes, but there was still an attempted murder.
It was, but it was.
Like,
Well, and late, that wasn't him.
Oh.
Some work problems, and she's projected it on him. No, I'm going with Tracy. That was thirsty.
Thirsty.
That was
Thirsty.
really, really thirsty.
and she must be quite aesthetically challenged because it wasn't even like she's just okay. Like she was like way out there. Like she was trying to do all kinds of stuff. Like I'll do this stuff to make up for something else. She's got issues.
She shaved her. She described when she got to the.
Hey, all I'm saying, hey, if you into her, all the stuff that she named, that's a good time. But what I'm saying, but obviously he wasn't into her. And he made the right call.
I can't even say that because he literally was. She said something to the effect of, "Oh, you want sober sex or something like that. You wanted to be sober. What happened to good old fashioned drunks?" I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but she was basically saying, "What happened to good old fashioned drunk sex when
Hey man, I can tell you, man, I'm flashing back, and I probably told this the first go round, but that was me. Like, I am that dude. Like, I'm not going, especially our first time together. Oh no, you will not be impaired. Okay. So we gonna have clear consent going on here, buddy. So I had a girl get mad at me because I would not even try her. But that's because she was not like she wasn't feeling well. She was drugged out because she was taking like Theraflu or NyQuil or something like that. And I was like, I'm not. I mean, incredibly attracted to you, mad, super cool girl, all of that. But it was our first date.
She wanted sex on the first date. What's wrong with
No, but we. It wasn't like it was. I met her at the grocery store and said, "Hey, let's go out."
No, okay, I'm gonna have to stop my high judgment. Okay, Tracy, just stop. People do this all the time. That's what I got to keep telling myself.
We were actually friends.
But Tracy, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, come on, you having sex on the first date. You just,
I don't even know you. I don't know if you
people,
bite
man.
your nails.
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I get what.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
people
I'm gonna
would
try.
think.
I'm gonna try not to be. I'm really trying. Yeah, I'm trying out here in these streets, and I'm not succeeding well.
Well, I get what Foxy is saying. What if that's all that they want? Well, that need to be told up front. Hey, look, the dinner is going to lead to what we already decided what we gonna do.
Yeah, how do you sit down? I sit down on the first date. Yeah, this gonna basically lead to sex, huh? I don't even know if you bite your nails. I don't even know if you comb your hair the right. I don't know anything about you. I'm just gonna Yep, this gonna lead to
I just
sex.
need you not to smell funny, and for me to be attracted to you. That's you know
Well,
that's
that's common
that could be
sense. You
date
gonna
one,
beg.
Okay,
date three.
I'm finna pull
Oh,
an Anna. I
are we
think I'm
going by the
finna
3 date rule?
so
Is that what
no,
we're doing?
Steve
no,
Harvey's got the 90
no.
day rule.
Nah,
I
Steve
think.
Harvey. Steve Harvey did not come up with that. Okay, let's go on the Steve Harvey tangent. That thing that he said that has been man law since forever. He got handed that down the same way the rest of us got handed it
Yeah,
down.
that's an old rule.
That's all he did. We've been telling each other and our daughters about the 90-day rule forever. But the problem is a lot of women didn't want to listen to their uncle, their brother, their cousin. And we trying to tell you the reason why the 90-day rule, he just put it in a book for people. And it was like, oh, look at this. But it's like your friend has told you this at some point. Some dude in your life has told you about this rule because we can be anything you need us to be for at
Yeah.
least 90 days.
But the
For at
mask,
least 90, we
But
can
that
be
91st
anything.
day,
But
that
that 91st
92nd
day, the
day, and
mask
that
comes off.
93rd day, nah.
Now, some of us are very accomplished and we can be anything you want us to be for a year or whatever. You know, there's people like that. My thing is like the 90-day rule, first of all, shouldn't be a rule. It's actually kind of dangerous. When you want to have intercourse or whatever, then you do that. What the 90-day rule is telling you is don't fall too early. Everything that you experience, enjoy the good times and all that good stuff, but keep your wits about you so that you are not in love with this guy 2-3 weeks in. That's all it's saying.
Or first
Y'all-
date. I love you. No, you don't. Get out
Right.
my face, man. Get out my
But
face.
what happens is a lot of times women don't want to listen to us. So
No,
that's the
'cause-
best thing.
I,
That's the
I,
best
don't, I
thing.
don't. I get what you're saying, Foxy, and here's the deal
We don't
because
get what
we've
she's
come
saying.
so far in
We didn't hear what
2022,
she was saying.
they be in lust.
Yep, they do be in
First
lust.
month
She
and
do got a
everything.
point.
And
First
we
comes
come a
lust,
long way
then
in
comes marriage,
2022.
right?
And the deal is there is no problem with that if both people, both individuals are on the same level, the same path. The issue always comes into place with one person is like, yes, I may not be ready to get married or even thinking about getting married, but I am thinking about being in a relationship. And the other person is like, oh,
No,
get
yep,
it,
that's
get it.
right. Ain't even
That's
got your agenda on the same page. You going,
But
okay.
see, this is where I think people get stuff mixed up. Like we ain't always gonna be on the same page, operate on the same level, because that's just not how life works, right? But we operate in I operate in phases. So like I can honestly say I'm a strong 80% good dude, right? I'm very moral, I'm very structured, everything makes sense. I can explain everything to you if you want me to. I can do all of that.
Even if he lied to a 19-year-old girl, but go ahead.
But okay, so that's some bullshit, Marlon. But anyway, but I'm also about 20% dog. So when I'm in my dog phase, then you need to be in your play phase too, right? If I'm in my play phase and you in your play phase, then everything's cool. The relationship is going to work or it's not going to work, whatever it is, but we both came to play. Where you have a problem is when one is in their play phase and the other one is in their settled phase. And now you got this balance is out of whack. And the person who's in their play phase, it is their responsibility to identify that the other person ain't here to play and cut it off. That's where the problem is. A lot of times the one who's in their play phase, they just want to play and they don't see no responsibility to nobody but themselves and they just gonna go.
Now, see that though, I would agree everything up to whose responsibility it is. And I think the responsibility is more on the person who's in the settling phase.
Yeah, because
to
they should know
realize
what they
that
won't
this
tolerate.
person is not ready to settle. So now I have to make the decision. Because I've heard this way too many times, and it's beginning to. I'm gonna pull a Thea's. Y'all people really begin to piss me off with this statement. I've been in this too. I invested too much time in this, and I be wanting to go. You invested a lot of crap for a lot of crap. So that's why I'm saying for the person who's ready to settle, nothing wrong with it. But you settling for a person who you have evidence.
I
They
used settle.
told
I should have
you
said
who they are.
relationship phase. I apologize. I think that's
But
more
that's
accurate.
okay because some.
But the person who is ready to settle, and you have all evidence that the person you're dealing with is playing. They're the play phase. But you stay with them, and you stay with them, and stay with them to the point where you start rolling over to, well, now that I've invested a lot of time
Well,
in
Marlon,
it, so
that's
I
a
don't know. It's
distinction.
like, but who?
That's
who
just
is
There's a
that?
stupid.
little
You.
distinction there. Like there's a play phase and then there's like a player. They ain't necessarily the same thing. But like play phase can very much look just like the relationship phase. It looks almost identical because in the beginning, we're just exploring each other, enjoying each other's company. I feel good when I'm around you. I like talking to you. I'm on the phone with you. I'm texting, all the stuff. It's all the first steps are all the same because you're dating and you're enjoying each other. But like I know when I'm back then, when I was in my play phase, I knew it wasn't gonna go no further. Like I'm not gonna be jealous. I don't care where you at. I don't care what you doing. I don't care. You can be talking to 8 other dudes. I don't care. Because I'm here for when we together, we having a good time, and that's fine, and I'm move on about my business. But when I'm in a relationship phase, which is mostly me, which is why I've been married like my entire adult life. But when I'm in my relationship phase, you know it because 1, I'm gonna tell you, and 2, that's the only time you're gonna get any inkling of me really being invested in you. Now everybody's a little different, I get that, but I'm putting it back on the person who's in the play phase because you're in the play phase. You know that you are. There's no question in your mind. Now, the person in the relationship phase, who knows where they at? Because it could just not work out for them and they'll move on. But that play phase, you already know.
This is why you have to say what you expect up front, everybody. Just
No,
say.
Don't do that.
But you
Yes, you do.
I mean, you can, Tracy.
Yes.
But if you don't know, you don't know.
I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time dating some dude. I don't want to get married. Get out of my face.
You
Bye.
don't know.
No, wait.
You don't
See, that would
know.
make me walk away quick.
Bye.
If a woman tell me that all we doing is dating, and you coming at me talking about
I wouldn't
where's
do that
this
on
going? What?
I wouldn't do that on the
I
first
don't
date.
even know you.
But I'm just saying, after I get to know you, there's gonna be a time where I'm gonna be like, "Where is this going?"
That's when you're going from dating to actually courting. Like it's me and you. You're my girlfriend. I know it's an old-fashioned term, but whatever your version of that term is, are we together? Are we exclusive? Right? That's a fair question when you're at that phase of the.
I didn't say pull it out the first date. Don't nobody want to run people off.
But that's what I'm saying. You were saying be up front.
I have to admit.
Be up front.
I have to admit that I did date a woman who 2 years in a relationship, she did flat out say, okay, I need to know where we're going.
2 years, I bet she did. What's wrong with you? 2 years.
2 years.
You got 6 months out of me. I'd have been like, wait a minute.
Patient.
She was way more patient.
Oh, no, whoa.
6 months.
Yeah,
by 6 months, I'm able to tell you if I think I want to be serious with you or not.
Not that. No. All of that was established. I'm dating you, you dating me. It's exclusive. We ain't dating nobody else.
Oh, you talking about like the 2-year check-in for an engagement?
Yes.
Yeah, she wanted to know when you was putting the ring on it.
Yes.
That's a fair discussion to have. 2 years is a good bit of time.
Yeah, that is a fair.
Because I do believe that a dude, generally speaking, like they say women know exactly if they're going to sleep with you the first time they meet you, right? Or that they're willing to. How about that? Dudes, real talk, I mean, this is just my approximation, but somewhere between 9 months and 18 months, we know damn well if we want to be married to you. Like,
you better know. You should.
Ain't no question left
it
to us.
It should be 26 years. Let me not go back to that clip.
But we know if. I'm not saying that means that we're going to. But I'm saying, like, at that point,
is it a possibility?
We know if we would want to be married to
it's
you,
like, can I picture myself with this person?
Right. But we might still be with you 5 years later.
No.
Because even though I don't want to be married to you, I do like you. I do love you. I do enjoy time with you. But there's some things about me and you
That
that
hasn't been corrected in 5 years.
we can't do the marriage thing.
Yeah, 5 years. I'm like,
Nah,
nah.
5 years. No,
Nah, you're not
no.
wasting my time. Nope.
But see, that's the other thing. Now, I am very peculiar here. Nobody else is going to agree with me on this one. I already know it. But time is truly almost irrelevant because each day that you're with someone is a valuable day. Every time that you with that person, all the happy times, the in-between times, all of that is building into your story. But it's just time. Time is going to move regardless. So I don't look at things and be like, I've been with my wife for almost 20 years. Love her dearly.
Yep.
But if we were starting to fall apart or whatnot, I'm not going to look at it and be like, I've invested 20 years. No, I've been with her for 20 years. Like,
yeah, you right.
What was I
Don't
going to be
agree
doing
with that
otherwise? What am I going to do? And I can't sit here and be like, I invested 20 years. No, I spent 20 years. This was the experience for 20 years. Thank you for the 20 years. Like, but people get locked in. I think Marlon was hitting on it slightly a little while ago.
Yeah.
But people get locked into it and be like, but I just can't it'll be all for nothing if I just let this go.
Exactly.
What
No,
the hell?
let that
Man.
idiot go. Let him go. Let him go, girl.
Like Boys and Men said, it may be hard to say goodbye to yesterday, but I'm gonna finish it up for him. But you need to.
But you did. All right. Well, the worst person I will play tomorrow because we're running out of time for the first hour. So we're gonna skip to the worst video of the year. And the winner is
Hey, Utah District 12, listen up, right?
yeah, there's not a chance in hell I'm finna play that
Man,
whole
I
video
love
again.
Gangster Granny. Utah, man, y'all messed up. Y'all should have let her in. Should have let her in, Utah.
And it just got
Anna
Not
still
y'all.
there. Anna hates this one.
She was trying to reach out. She was trying to engage the youth. And she knows what a woman is.
I could not play the rest of that video. It was just as cringy the third and fourth time as it was
and the fifth time, and the sixth time, and the seventh time.
It is bad. It is. And I guess here's the deal that makes me so mad about this.
She recorded
video. Not only she recorded, do you know what goes into recording any type of music video? Rehearsal. You written this.
Yeah, she
No,
rehearsed.
no,
Somebody that wrote that
no,
stuff down
no.
for her to say.
She is Whitney Houston caliber. She's one take.
Boy, if you don't
One take.
kick him off the show, Marlon. Don't
One
you
take.
never
True musical
besmirch the
genius
name
like
of Whitney Houston. Don't you
One
ever.
take.
Don't
Now,
you-
granted, I could tell from the little choppy thing she did do 2 or 3 takes, but I'm with her, man. She go ahead, Gangster Granny.
That wasn't the worst. It was funny as heck.
Your
What was
politics
worse?
sucks. Go ahead,
You know
Gangster
what?
Granny.
Nikki, it was. When you first see
Yes.
it was. It was ha ha he he. And then it sinks in. It's like y'all put time and effort
and somebody
money
wrote it. Somebody put music
into
to it.
this.
Makeup, clothing.
How many,
sex.
how many takes did it take for you
Somebody
to try to find a
edited
word
this
that
mess.
rhymes with Constitution? I'm sorry. Oh my God.
You guys are just so harsh. So harsh.
I don't care.
You got somebody who's trying to reach across generations to engage the youth
It
and get them
failed.
involved.
And
It
failed.
failed. That's why she lost her
Failed.
election.
It went
failed.
viral. It didn't
But
fail.
did she
The
win?
youth
Yes,
embraced
But
it.
did she get elected?
Did she
No, she
lose?
didn't.
The results do not always represent whether or not
She
the
got beat
effort
in
was
a
valuable.
landslide. She got beat in a landslide.
That just means that people weren't ready for her yet.
Nobody's
just
Never
saying,
will be.
you
that never
can't-
will be ready for a.
You guys are just so contrary. It's so unfortunate.
I can live
Gangster
with that.
Granny Utah District 12.
Although I would have thought Ice JJ Fish was worse, but
She,
thank you, Mickey.
That was bad, Mickey.
Yes, that's
that
my
really
pick.
was bad.
Jurassic Times called for what? Jurassic
I
Memories.
tried
Who
to
said
get you to get
That
me
was
there
bad.
because that was going to be the runner up, but you never messaged me back because I couldn't remember what that phrase
That
was.
would have been
Jurassic
bad.
Times.
And that badass toddler. That right
But
there.
he never played that one.
I never
Oh, I
played
thought he
that.
did once in the very
No.
beginning.
No,
Nope,
that was what I said I would never play on the show.
That's
I
the
do
one
not
he said
play
he would
bad
never
kids
play.
on my show because I
Then
never.
how did I see it?
Because you message it.
Yeah, I put it in Messenger.
No, I could have sworn it was on the show.
And I put it on my Tracy Media fan page and said I was this little girl.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
maybe
It
I saw it
was
on
never on this
Facebook.
show.
I could have sworn it. Okay.
Anyway, so for the most beautiful, just to end the hour off, the best story of the year.
Baby, I be
It ain't the grandmama that kidnapped her. Yeah.
She
Got all
did
that.
kidnap her. She did not kidnap him.
attempted crime is still a criminal.
Fake. Yesterday, I walked from my store to my car through the mall. There was a special needs kid that was walking next to me. I was wearing a dark blue V-neck t-shirt and my thick Clark Kent glasses. Hair was dark from the product in it and was firmly in place except for the little spit curl on my forehead. He kept pace and I said hello. He had to ask me something. He leaned in close and whispered, "Are you Superman?" I chuckled a little bit. "Thanks, kid. No." His face remained dead serious. "I won't tell anyone," he said. "You're very nice. Thank you. I'm not, though. Superman isn't And this kid had this look on his face. "I won't tell anyone. I promise. I swear." I'm an emotional guy, so I was getting a little choked up. "We are not supposed to talk about secret identities, kid. It can get dangerous." And he starts enthusiastically nodding in agreement. I know. When I was almost to the doors, I turned back and took my glasses off and put my finger up to my lips and went, "Shh." And as best as his limbs would let him, he gave me a thumbs up. I've been welling up thinking about it for about 24 hours now. Thought I was crazy until I told Shanna last night and she had the same reaction. 100% totally true story, and despite his disadvantages in life, perceived and real, I thank that kid for being a superhero yesterday. I
looked away. I'm sorry. So wait a
Dang.
minute. The kid was obsessed with him being a superhero. And then he said, "We're not supposed to talk about our identities," and then I blacked out.
Yes.
So what happened after?
The child thought he was Superman. At first, he was hesitant
Right.
because he said Superman. But then he saw the child's face and realized, you know what? I'm just going to play along with this. Let the child think that I'm Superman. And he took his glasses off because the people in the idiot movies, they can't tell the difference between Clark Kent and Superman. Although they look alike, they're the same height, they have the same speaking voice. And he made the child's day.
Okay, I figured that's what was going to happen. But then you said the kid was Superman. So that's why I was.
He caught the child. The child is the superhero.
The guy is the superhero.
Because he helped save the guy. Got you. Okay. Now, Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
This man just lied to a special needs child.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Square the circle for me.
It ain't a 19-year-old girl who been lied to for 19 years from her mama, and she ain't special needs.
So the difference is about someone really being special needs.
Yes.
So you're otherizing special needs people. They aren't deserving of the truth.
And that wasn't her father. He didn't walk up to his father and say, "Are you Superman?"
Okay. So
After
we
19
can move to the
years, and lied
familiar
to
part.
by her mother
But-
and her whole family, by the way. Her whole family. Uncle, aunt, grandmother.
Okay, so then telling the truth is situational. I got you. But what I was gonna say though is it's cute. That's a cute story. And he could have also said, "No, I'm not Superman."
And that's disgusting.
And broke that poor child's heart.
No.
Because the funny thing about it was he was about to.
He told the
No.
child at
What he
first
almost
wasn't
did was say that
Superman.
Superman wasn't real. That's wrong. But what he could have said was, let me let you in on a little secret. I'm not Superman, but I thought I was his biggest fan until I met you. I dress this way because that's how much I love Superman too. You could, right? There's ways you can still do it. I don't care. He did it the right way. It's not the wrong way. I'm just saying that he could have done it a different way. I'm good either way.
This man literally took a whole.
How he gonna take a positive story and then just twisted it?
Anna, how did I twist the story?
I didn't say twist it. You just made it logical.
I said twist it.
Sweet story.
It was a nice little
leave the
story.
story alone.
He told the child he was a superhero.
If you wanted me to leave the story alone, you wouldn't have played the story.
It's so
I said what he did was fine. What he did was fine.
I'm gonna tell you, I've been on this show for 2 years. The dude makes sense. You knew daggone well things was gonna go. Yeah, you know, but logic speak. I should have took this kid.
Debbie the Downer.
No, because look, now I'm gonna go in the left field with you. Okay, so he could have done what I said, which I think would have been the better way, because it would have been even more impactful, I think, than just meeting your hero, to know that, wow, I'm not alone. There's a lot of people like me, right? That, having worked with, and this, I know it's anecdotal, but having worked with kids in the Special Olympics and different programs, just knowing you're not alone. You are not the one that's different. You are part of everybody else around you, no matter what other people think. That is like so powerful. So that's why I was saying he could have gone that angle. But here's where I go in the left field. Okay, he tells a kid he's Superman. Then he twists his ankle, or he gets hit by a bus. You just kill Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, now how you gonna help this kid? This kid just watched his hero
twist
die.
His ankle or get hit by the bus.
Okay, so if he twists his ankle, then it's gonna be like, well, Superman, you can fix it. See, now you got a problem. Or if he gets hit by a bus, now it's like
the bus was full of kryptonite. I don't know what that makes
sense. The bus that hit me was full of kryptonite.
It was a kryptonite.
No,
bus.
Because kryptonite doesn't kill Superman quickly. He has to be weakened over time. So even if Superman
it was a lot of kryptonite, so it just took him out right at the
Superman could have been hit by a meteorite of kryptonite, and it still wouldn't kill him immediately. So I'm saying, if we go slide down this path, it could have went wrong.
But it didn't go
How
wrong.
quickly Superman truly would die.
That is our first hour, because I got to get that one down. I got to get out of here. That is our first hour. We're going to take a 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we will go into Am I the A-hole? And I have something to say about that. We also have a Mafia video of the week, and of course, Foxy's videos of the week. So reboot, refresh, and stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally. know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel the wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I had to burn you. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally.
We are back, so let's go ahead and jump in and pay these bills before we get started. Please do not forget that Radical Truth to Power, the last Radical Truth to Power of 2022, is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com, a Better Tracy Media page. Help support Tracy in all her causes. The brand new 100 subscriber Tracy Media. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/complex mind. Support Theus in all of his endeavors. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/radical truth to power, exactly the way it's spelled, capital R, capital T, capital T, capital P. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, pirelli.etc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to learn, but you should. And as always, if you have any comments, emails, or videos, do not forget to send it to me at radtp@outlook.com. That's radtp@outlook.com. And I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off, and I guarantee you I am going to butcher that when I come back. Because it took me a whole year to learn that. So, without further ado, let's get into Am I the A-hole, in which I am going to fully admit that I was absolutely wrong. I misspelled the crap out of that for the longest freaking time.
I was just going by, wow, that's a cool intro, but I thought I was going to see some nakedness when it came back.
No. And I like that music. I actually have to pay for that, so I'm not going to redo that.
That's good. I like it.
We were supposed to have one of those at the end of the song.
Folks, in case y'all didn't know, we've literally been doing this all weekend long. I'm actually getting tired of the subject because it took us to December. We need to discuss this topic all year long. Yeah, we're a sick group of people. Anyway, am I the a-hole?
Again, my wife and I have a 2-year-old son, and we've been married for 4 years. Our anniversary was a month ago, and we found a nice, secluded cabin on Airbnb and rented it out for a long weekend getaway. My wife asked her parents if they would be willing to watch our son, and they agreed as long as we dropped him off at their house. That worked out for us since it was on our way anyways. I was raised Lutheran and my wife was raised Catholic, but neither of us currently goes to church and we haven't had our son baptized. My mother-in-law knows this and hates it. She thinks that our son needs to be baptized or he'll burn in hell. She's that kind of Catholic. So we go on our trip, and when we pick up our son and ask how the weekend went, my mother-in-law said everything went fine and that she saved my son's soul from the devil. I asked her what she meant by that, and she says that she had our son baptized that morning at her church. I tried my best to keep my cool so I didn't scream at my mother-in-law in front of my son, but I pretty much grabbed my son and left. On the car ride home, I was fuming and told my wife as calmly as I could that this would be the last time her parents have our son unsupervised. She tried to downplay what her mom had done, but I told her we need to wait until we get home to talk about it because I'm not fighting in front of my kid. When we got home and had a chance to talk about it, things got heated. I told my wife that I no longer trust her parents with our son, and if they did something like this behind our backs, then I can't trust them to respect our wishes as parents in the future. I said this was a huge breach of trust, and I will forever look at her mom differently. She continued to try to defend her mom, saying that she was only doing what she thought was best for her grandson. She even downplayed it, saying it was just a little water and a few words, and we don't go to church anyway, so what does it matter? I told her that under no circumstances will I allow her parents to watch our son by themselves again. I said that we can still let them see their grandson, but only if we're present. I also said that if she doesn't see what the big deal is with the situation, that maybe we aren't on the same page as parents, and maybe we need to go see a counselor. She started crying and said that this isn't the kind of decision I get to make on my own, and I'm a butthole for trying to tell her what kind of relationship her parents can have with our son. I told her that I no longer have any trust or respect for her parents, and that I don't know if there's anything they can do to repair that. I told her I don't care if that makes me a butthole, but what her parents did was unforgivable in my eyes, and they put themselves in this position to lose privileges with our son. She's been trying to convince me to change my mind for the last month, but I'm not budging. To me, this is a hill that I'm willing to die on. So,
one of y'all want to say this?
This mother-in-law is all the way wrong. Girl, bye. I'm going to do it. What's wrong with people? You do not. Well, first of all, let me backstep. First of all, baptizing babies. What was that? That's the Baptist in me coming out. You don't do that until that child confesses on his or her own. Second,
that was it. That we couldn't figure out what the age was, and I couldn't remember
no,
what it
but
was.
the child
age.
the child was
That
not
wasn't the age. It was the confession.
The child
Yes,
just needs
it's
to
the
confess with their own
confession.
mouth and their own
They
heart
have
that
to
Jesus
confess
Christ
Yeah, I
is Lord.
couldn't
in their
remember
own
what it
mouth.
was.
This mother-in-law that took it upon herself.
But that's Baptist belief. That's not everybody's belief. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the Baptist in me coming out. Just to be, what's wrong with people? You don't do that. She didn't take the parents' consideration. She didn't take the parents' lack of church activity into consideration. She just, yep. Let me just get this child. No. I have to agree with Mickey. This mother-in-law is all the way wrong. I'm on the father's side. The mother needs to stop defending this, grow a set, and tell her parents stop doing that. And don't let her see
Yes,
the child.
parents, stop baptizing the children. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just gonna forget that. Yes, parents, you can baptize your child, not give her to your grandparents to babysit and have the grandparents and be babysit.
Didn't even ask the parents.
I'm gonna say something ignorant. So who's next?
Theus, well, I'm gonna let you go, but please make it short so we can move on.
Short? Me? Okay. So check this out, right? Mother-in-law is wrong because she knows that it wasn't her place to go and baptize the
She got the child baptized. She didn't do the
in place of the parents, right? So if the parents weren't in the picture or the parents were deceased, then grandma would have that call. But That's not the case. So she was wrong for that. The parents, okay, I'm gonna take the wife's side because at the end of the day,
I'm going to.
yeah, because at the end of the day, y'all don't even believe this stuff. So your mother took the baby to the witch doctor, and the witch doctor said some magic words and sprinkled some water on them. You don't believe in what the witch doctor saying anyway. So no harm, no foul. The problem is the breach of trust. The breach of trust is the problem.
Yes,
so
that's the
you
problem.
need to work on that. But to sit here and say that you don't want your child to be around their grandparents unsupervised, what do you think they're gonna do? Okay, they
probably take them to a tearing service. You don't know.
But they took them to the Catholic Church and had somebody speak some magic words and put water on it. Let's say they do that every single time. What's you scared the child gonna come back next time with some rosary beads and that's going?
She totally disrespected those parents.
I agree, and you should have a conversation with your parents, and you should explain boundaries and how you feel about what happened. But to sit here and say that otherwise good people, the people who raised the woman you love, these people, unless they've shown that they're a physical threat to your child, then you need to deal with the issue between the two sets of adults.
I'm with the husband on this one.
I'm sorry.
With the husband on this one.
I think he's being dramatic, and he pushing it so far that he about to wreck his marriage. Talking about we gonna get a counselor. You know what that's code for? That means I'm gonna leave you. So you gonna push it out there? All right, buddy. Yeah. All right. Stand up on your high moral horse, and then go through a divorce, because that's where you pushing your wife into a corner. You trying to make her choose between her mama and you. Okay. Over somebody, once again, taking your child to the witch doctor. Okay?
Now, I'm on the husband's side on this one.
That's cool. I know y'all are, because I know how y'all roll. But what I'm saying, I'm speaking for me. I'm saying that of all the things, like this isn't like a minor thing. Don't get me wrong. Like this
I know what you're more concentrating on.
You're saying that they don't believe it anyway, so what harm can it do?
Even if you believe in whatever you believe in, ultimately, what harm to do? Let's say that it was my children, right? Okay, I'm raised Baptist.
I normally do not cut you off.
You fine. It's good. I'm done.
And Anna, do you have anything that you want to say?
I actually really agree with Theus that the mother is taking this a bit too far.
The mother-in-law needs to butt her behind out. That's what she needs to do.
Okay. So,
but not all the way out.
This is my new segment, and I'm telling you it's a new segment because it is not always going to be played every show. So it keeps people on edge when I play Am I the A-Hole, because it may play, it may not. So for the very first time,
an update. Turns out some of you were right. My wife was in on it. I confronted her a couple of days after I posted, and I directly asked her if she knew that her parents had planned this. She broke down and confessed everything to me. My mother-in-law had been pestering her about baptizing our son nonstop, and my wife finally caved. My wife's been working from home during COVID, while my job requires me to go into the office. My wife and mother-in-law started doing Zoom meetings with my mother-in-law's priest to start the baptism process. They lied to the priest and told him that I was okay with baptizing our son, but I didn't want to be involved. The priest allowed it, and they started doing online baptism classes while I was at work. My wife admitted that she planned it around our anniversary getaway, and my mother-in-law had somehow convinced the priest that her and my father-in-law would be the only ones in attendance. My wife told me that I wasn't supposed to find out, but my mother-in-law couldn't keep her mouth shut for even one day about it. Their intention was to keep this from me permanently. I did contact the church and let them know the truth. I talked with the priest, and he was surprisingly helpful. He said that he would take the proper steps to make sure that my mother-in-law was no longer welcome in their church and to reach out to the local parish to see what further steps had to be taken. I have yet to hear back from them on that. My wife and mother-in-law are mad that I got her kicked out of her church, but I don't care what they think or feel anymore. These people who I love and trust had betrayed me, and I felt a range of emotions that I didn't know existed. My wife begged for forgiveness, but the fact that she didn't come clean on her own makes me feel that she would have kept this from me unless I confronted her. She's willing to do therapy, counseling, whatever it takes. I don't know if I want to put in that work. I feel like there's no coming back from this. I contacted a divorce lawyer, and I started discussing what a divorce would look like, and if there's any way I can add provisions to a divorce agreement that would keep my in-laws from seeing my son unsupervised. He's been very helpful, but I haven't given him the go-ahead to actually file for divorce yet. I feel that I'm still too angry about the entire thing to think rationally, and I want to give myself some time to fully grasp what a divorce will mean for me and my family. My wife and I aren't talking much. I pretty much go to work, come home to play with my son, go to bed, and repeat. I don't know what the future is going to bring, but I do know that without the support and help from people on Reddit, I don't think that I would have the clarity that I do now.
Well, did I see this one coming?
All right, so
Okay. Sorry, my ignorance of Christianity and Catholicism is here. Why do you have to take classes?
That's Catholic. Yeah,
nah, Christians just as goofy, and the Christians are just as goofy. Yes, you do. Yes,
You
you
have
do.
to take. You
You
have to
take classes before you get baptized too.
no, I did not take not one class.
When it comes to the Catholic, because
Church,
I
yes.
didn't play the video. I didn't play this video, but apparently, because I didn't know the question was going to come up, but apparently it did. Somebody in the comments did say it during the video. I'm trying to figure out how the grandmother got around baptizing the child, because you do have to go through Catholic classes
Yep.
and sign papers before you can baptize a child. So they
A
was
baby.
trying to figure out, how did the grandma get around it, because someone was saying, well, wait a minute. So did she forge papers? Did the church do something? Because this is Catholic law. You are not to do this until you do this.
Yeah, just like you're not supposed to abuse little boys.
Oh, God, come on.
Just saying.
Well,
I mean, you're dealing with a den of thieves and hypocrites. I have no love for the Catholic Church, okay?
Yeah,
but
neither do I. But
here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, first part of the story, I was with the mama. Second part of the story, I'm with him, but here's where it's a little different. Okay, the problem once again still ain't about them putting some water on the baby. Okay, because in the Christian church, they may not call it a baptism, they call it dedicating your child.
Yeah, dedicating the child.
So you can dedicate your child when it's still a baby, or even at any time before it gives its own consent. You can dedicate your child, right? Just typically we do it when they're a baby or a toddler. Okay, it's the exact same thing as the Catholic baptism thing as far as what's going on. But we believe on the Baptist side that in order to actually be born again, you need to be aware of what you're doing, right? Now, I would contend that a 10-year-old still don't know, but we accept it because the child is able to think and process, and they've been trained up and all that good stuff. Okay, cool. Anyway, for him though, second half of the story, the only option is a divorce, homie. Because here's the thing. No, it's the only option because
oh my God, yes.
Because and it's the reason why I say it, Tracy, is because he no longer sees these people the same way. Like you can't. It is as bad as if she had an extramarital affair, because who she is different than who she was. to him. So even with counseling, this dude don't see them the same way. You can tell he's like me in that he's a very logical, like everything he laid out is very logical. I ain't agree with all of it, but it was logical. These people are not the same people to him. So he cannot function. It's in him. He can't get past this. So what you gonna do? You gonna stay? Nah. Now is the best time before you end up locked in for 18 years because you don't want to be away from your son. So time to go. Jacked up situation, not of your make. Well, no, because I don't believe anybody should walk away with their hands clean. It is kind of your making. And the reason why I say that you have a contributory factor here is because you were so inflexible and you are so demanding that everything be done your way that the conversation, there wasn't an environment conducive to having an open and direct conversation where your wife felt like her voice was going to be as valuable as yours. So she sat here and did this conniving crap with her mama behind your back. So that's one part that I hope as he moves forward, he learns, because something in the way he conducts himself is everything is my way or the highway. So, bruh, you might be the victim here. I agree you're the victim here. But there's collateral damage. You got a son. Now you're about to have an ex-wife. You're going to have the contention that comes with being divorced because it's always sucky. You're going to have all this crap going on where you have some agency. Did you create the right environment to have helped ameliorate this? It may still happen, but perhaps you could have done something.
Here's the
Nikki, can I ask what happened at 12? Would you share? It's all right if you don't. Sorry, Mom.
I've been recovering Catholic since I was 12 years old. While that's going on, while Mickey is answering that question, yeah. If the in-laws were Jewish and they had them circumcised, would you agree with that? Just a religious ritual that the father doesn't believe in.
Nope, I wouldn't agree with that because that's a
physical
change.
Yeah, but studies have proven
that is surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But haven't studies proven that circumcision isn't even needed anymore?
Well, circumcision has never been. I mean, they were circumcising women, mutilating girls. They still do it in some places. And it's all coming out of this jacked up crap we call religion. But anyway, circumcision actually has medical or there's value to it, right? Because it keeps the member cleaner, less complications, all that good stuff comes with circumcision. Cool. But I was just saying that it's the difference here would be that it wasn't somebody speaking some words and putting some water on you. They are physically doing something to you, like they cut a piece of your child off. So
there is a difference between
I think there's a big piece there.
I'm trying to put it a little nicer.
It's a small piece, but it's a big piece, yeah.
There's a lot difference between speaking word and physical alterations, permanent alterations. So yeah, there is a difference.
But the fact that the wife was doing this behind his back, I was on team husband before. I'm definitely on team husband this time. Oh my gosh.
But to the Jewish, it is a
religion.
Not done in a sterile hospital suite, usually done by the rabbi.
Rabbi in the home.
It's a ritual, but
it's still a difference between. It literally will be the difference between me saying a few words over somebody's head and me taking a Bible and slapping the crap out of them. Both of them could be rituals. One is going to leave a mark more than the other.
I'm just saying it's a false equivalency.
It's like it's not the same ramifications. It's just not in the same. It's not the same thing. Both of them are rituals, but that's where the comparison ends. That's where it ends. That is both of them is a ritual. Non-religious people don't get mad. I mean, religious people don't get mad. Non-religious people, you understand ritual.
Nah, religious people get mad. You know what you're doing.
But that's the only way. That's where it stops at. That anything that is a physical alteration to a human body that stands for the rest of their life is a lot more different than the spoken words and the water.
Well, wait, Marlon. I'm gonna pause you there, because I get the point you're making, but you were heading out there to where you end up creating a new line of attack, right? Because okay, so the circumcision is a physical change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be with that child for the rest of its life. Period. Point blank. In the story, it's that way. Okay. And then we're comparing it to, the magic words. And you can't, where we agree is that the magic words and the physical change, not equal. Right? Not equal. Especially we're talking about a child who is not even like fully aware of what the hell's going on anyway. But where I would draw back a little bit is over time, enough words can be just as damaging as a physical change. So you got a lot of people who are dealing with church hurt from when they were 15 years old, and they still jacked up at age 50. So it's like there's a point. I don't know where the point is, but there's a point where the two come together.
Yeah, but and I get
that's not the point you were making. I
understand, and I understand what you were saying too, because words can damage.
They sure can. That's what you gotta watch what you say.
Physically, it can damage you. There have been enough toxic words that have been said to an individual to the point where they physically feel hurt and pain.
Yep.
Scientifically proven, psychologically proven. You may not be using that right word, but
I'm with you.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, so moving on. Mafia video of the week.
I really dig your creativity, brother.
I appreciate it, because those are not going away anytime soon. Because those are not cheap. Our Mafia video of the week actually was by Mickey.
Silent night, holy night.
I hear you.
Oh,
All in calm. Oh, holy bright. Oh, round your virgin mother and child.
She got that dog out the hood.
Thought was tearing it up.
He was singing with all his soul.
All right, I hear you.
My part coming up.
Here it go.
All right, now I don't know the song very well, but there's this part where it says "round young virgin, mother and child." What are they talking about?
Round young
Version, not young, yawn.
Not young,
Yawn.
round young.
So it's saying he's telling the people to gather around the young virgin, the virgin.
Mother. Yeah, round young virgin, mother and child.
Okay, so it's a directive. Get around these people.
Yes.
All right, cool. Because I kept hearing it as round young virgin,
Round young.
mother and child. And I was sitting here like, that is so insensitive. She just had a baby.
But she was still a virgin.
Yes, but don't call her round.
She has to.
She just had a baby. She ain't had time to change or nothing. You just, I'm serious, man. Been bothering me since I was a kid. I should have looked it up or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna move on to the next statement. All I
Round
can say
young virgin. Next time you hear it, that way, yeah.
I'm gonna hear that. Yep.
I'm not.
the last time a whole bunch of people got around Mary, she got pregnant. Foxy's videos of the week. It's over, Anna. It's over. It's over.
Never over.
So I'm gonna make it lighthearted tonight. So we're gonna get into the deepest of the deep tomorrow. So our first one is actually a lesson. And the lesson is how to make salt taste better.
This is how to make your salt at home taste better and give it a little more flavor. So what I do is I just pour a little bit of salt that I have in a big container into this like that. And I just normally measure with my eyes, not physically but mentally. And then I take some table salt, and all you're gonna do is just put a couple little dashes of it in there like that, not too much. And what this is gonna do is when the flavors combine, it's gonna give it a really nice zest, and it's gonna taste great on whatever you put it on. Sometimes I pick up notes of maybe some smokiness, and even it can burn my tongue a little bit. So good luck. Let me know if you use this on your foods.
He's the same people that don't wash their chicken.
Look,
She's the same person that doesn't wash her chicken.
This video just proved every black person right across the country. Salt, not a seasoning. Okay, that how's it? You just salted your salt.
Salt.
You ain't putting a little cayenne pepper in there.
No lemon.
You ain't sprinkle no nothing.
Just
no slap your mama
salt.
None, you just.
Somebody she can taste the smokiness.
It's smoky salt. Salt on top of salt. And it burns your tongue. It's burning your tongue because that's too much sodium. That's your tongue saying ouch.
It's saying stop.
I'm sorry. I have to, I have to always give you the background of when I'm putting these shows together.
Oh man.
And I have to tell you this because I feel more silly now. I looked at this video like 3 times, and I'll count it 3 times because I'm thinking, am I missing something?
No, you didn't.
Salt into salt.
Yeah, all the men were confused too. They were like,
yeah.
Because I'm thinking, wait a minute, what
She
am I
waited for something big.
It's the salt. So I really was thinking, okay, just to give you a shot in the dark of not looking like a blithering idiot. I don't know what was originally in the bowl.
She poured salt.
I was on the assumption of maybe you put something, maybe that's not what salt is. Okay.
Nah,
we had this conversation earlier this week. This is my rant. We had this conversation earlier this week that I said at the beginning of 2022, I was going to start using the word stupid because I could not use that word in a good term because me personally thought it was a derogatory statement. Come to find out, stupid wasn't derogatory, dumb was the derogatory term, but that's a different story for a different day. But I figured, okay, I cannot use the word stupid anymore. I don't want
it's a good word to give up.
Personally to use that word anymore. And then 2022 kept going.
Yep.
A week later, Marlon.
It took a week, man. My God. Y'all do some of the stupidest things. It doesn't make sense ever. You do some things that's just stupid. And even if I change it to say, because literally what you're supposed to say going forward, you're not supposed to say they stupid. You're supposed to actually point out what it is that they did. What is the action they did was stupid. What you did was stupid. What you said was stupid. So you actually point out the
action
statement or the action that they did. So you're not attacking them, you're attacking what the action is that says they stupid. Now, that is great and nice until you actually have people who do the same stupid stuff over and over and over again. And at a certain point, it's time to think, no, maybe it is you. Maybe you are stupid.
There are stupid people.
She poured salt onto salt.
Now, this young lady did something stupid. I don't know if she herself is stupid.
I don't know if she is.
Now,
this is the first time we saw her, so no.
Now, here's how I can fix this for her.
Pepper to make pepper taste better.
Now, I'm gonna fix it for her. All right. See what it looked like when she took the container that you refill your salt shaker with, and she poured that into a bowl. And then she took the salt shaker that was probably previously refilled by that container and sprinkled it on top, thinking they were two different things. But what if she used iodized salt and non-iodized salt and put the two together, thinking it was a little different? Or what if the big container had sea salt and the other one had traditional table salt, and then she mixed those together? So maybe I can't speak to her palate, but maybe
it burns.
Mixing two,
her palate burns.
No, because they're still both salts.
No, but sea salt tastes different.
No, sea salt does have a different flavor.
But they're still salt, and I still got
has a different flavor than what's the
iodized and non-iodized. I think they taste about the same though. It's just a matter of what they do to your body.
Years they kept saying don't ever use.
I don't know which one it is.
Probably the one I bought, but
you're probably supposed to use iodized.
I got money that says she doesn't wash her chicken. I'm gonna put money down on it. I'm saying it now. She doesn't wash her chicken.
Does she uses soap
or bleach?
Yeah. Oh, she used pink Himalaya salt. She might have seen it, and that's the difference.
Pink in that container, though.
She said she tasted smoky notes. I don't know what now.
Where it's salt,
table salt, iodine salt, sea salt ain't got no smoky flavor to it. I have never tasted a smoky flavor out of any of those salts.
I can see if she was saying add some lemon to it or add some garlic pepper. Just yep. I know people that do that though. They will straight up microwave popcorn and pour more salt.
Look, I had to learn at an early age that we had a air popper. Don't ask why. It was such a waste of money, but my mama paid for it, so whatever. But I was young, and she had a air fryer, and as soon as that popcorn was done, I put some table salt on it. Whole bottom of that bowl was full of salt because ain't nothing sticking to that popcorn.
Putting salt, like you would put butter on it, and then a little bit of salt.
I was a kid. I didn't know how you do that.
And you put the butter, and we had those hot air poppers. So you put
Jiffy. Not Jiffy.
You put the butter in the little tray on top of the hot popper, so it would melt the butter while it's popping. Y'all ain't had that?
No, the best thing to do is just to melt a bunch of butter in it instead of the oil. You melt the butter in it, and you pop the popcorn in the butter.
Oh, see, I don't like doing that because that just mess up your machine. I got extra cleaning to do. But
he's talking about putting it on the stove top
and do it in a pot.
Yeah, he's talking about doing it in a pot, not
I
in
don't
the
know
microwave.
nothing about that. I don't know nothing about it. I burned the house down trying to do some mess like that. I don't know nothing about that. I
You
don't
never
know.
made popcorn on the stove top?
No, I ain't
Oh,
never did
that's
that thing
life.
where you had that aluminum foil looking plate thing. I ain't never
Jiffy.
did that.
Jiffy.
I had look. I guess I grew up bougie. We had a stand.
Yes, you did.
It looked like a coffee pot almost, and you put the popcorn in there, and then you put you snap the top down, and then you put the tray on top of it with the butter, and then as it's popping, the popcorn actually pop out and fall out into the bowl, and then you take the little thing and
Did
you
you use oil? Did you use oil?
No, you pop the popcorn.
It's
That's
air pop.
That was the air pop.
Yeah, that was air pop.
Oh, okay. I had that.
No, we had a pot. We poured some oil in it, and then we just covered the thing with a pan or something, and then we cooked it. Yeah.
So I
I just
started
read
to
that iodized salt is.
But I still got money. Says she don't clean her chicken. She does not wash it. Mm-mm.
What was you saying, Anna?
I started to feed my dog raw meat as her diet. I did a lot of research and talked with a lot of people. And I talked with this one person who let me know that when you get chicken at the store and you get, the liquid inside the packaging, he tested it, and there was bleach in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So clean your chicken. Please.
It was.
I say clean that chicken just because you need to get all that gunk off of it anyway.
There are chefs.
That's the only thing I'm saying, dude.
There are professional chefs that will tell you up and down, don't wash your. I don't eat. I'm not going to your restaurant. I'm not going to your nothing.
I don't eat at that restaurant because you ain't about to kill me.
Well, they get to cooking it, but what I'm saying is,
I'm going to wash
I don't know
my
if
chicken.
it's right, wrong, if it's a tradition or it's a cultural thing, whatever it is. But I'm saying, just from a practical standpoint, when they're processing this chicken, they are using cutting implements, which are usually like steel tools, and they are quickly doing these things. So I personally feel like I need to rinse off my chicken because it gets rid of any little fragments that might be in there. It gets some of those bone pieces that are sitting up in there. I can go ahead and get the feather, the little piece of the feather that somehow stuck in there and made it through. I can get that up out of there.
You literally have to pluck those.
Right. So that's why, generally speaking, black folk always say, we wash our chicken. We're not talking about rubbing it down with Dawn. We're saying you run some warm or hot water and you get to cleaning this stupid chicken.
Cold water.
But the funny thing about it is I do it with every meat though.
I don't do it with ground beef.
No, not ground beef.
Oh man, I ain't gonna do it with ground beef. But
steak, I do. I rub down my steak.
I do.
I rub down my steak.
I do my steak. I do my chicken. I do my without doing malted butt. I clean that off. I just clean every meat.
If it's a solid chunk old meat.
A chunk of meat out is getting washed.
Yeah, but ground beef, no, that's too far. But
ground beef just gotta hope for the best.
If I go to your house and I don't see you washing your chicken, I'm walking right back out. I'm walking right out if I don't see you washing your chicken. I'm gone. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
No, well, it was really disturbing. People who wash their food in the sink, but they ain't like bleached the sink before they did it. They ain't do none of that. They just laying the meat down in the sink.
In the dirty sink.
Yep.
Clean the sink.
Good about
See, first step, you got to clean the sink, rinse the sink out. Then you put your meat. You don't just throw the meat in the dirty sink.
My meat don't even touch the sink.
Yeah, don't put it in a dish.
Yeah,
you could put it in a dish, but I'm saying if you're gonna wash it in the sink. Yeah, you could sit
it in the sink. Yeah, and that way, as you're washing your meat, you sit it over it, wash it, sit it over it. Now you ain't making no mess. And then when you're done, you get the bleach and you get to cleaning that thing up real good, or some Lysol wipes, whatever it is you got. But you get in there, you really clean it and clean the stopper. Okay, the stopper is part of the sink.
It sure is.
Clean that.
Yes.
And make sure that you clean out your dishwasher if you're using a dishwasher.
Yeah, but like I said, any of these professional chefs, I don't wash my chicken because you'll fry it off with. Nah, I don't trust you. I don't trust nothing you say. I don't. No, you can't tell
The
me
heat
nothing.
will kill it. You know what? You eat your meat almost
was
raw.
right.
I'm not.
Yeah, eat your dirty meat, cause nah. I mean, I literally know no race of people that don't clean their chicken. Like every race
Yeah,
of
you
person.
do.
No, I don't.
Apparently it is.
Who? I don't.
All
I
right,
literally
next
don't
video.
know.
Where did you hear it from, Tracy?
I heard from a chef
Uh-huh.
that you don't have to clean your chicken, and the chef was black.
But he crazy.
All
I've
right,
only heard it from white folk. I promise you, I've only heard it from white folk.
Anna's shaking her head, yeah, and I have yet to meet a white person that doesn't clean their chicken. I have not met.
No, the funny thing about it, Tracy, I'm literally on your side. It wasn't a chef. I remember. Not only do I remember not cleaning your chicken, I will never forget the person who said it.
Well, Dr. Oz was one of them.
Mondale Robinson was the first person that said, "Stop cleaning your chicken."
Yeah, he sure was. He was a black person.
Oh my
That's why I said, what did you just say?
That was the grand fight.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
Me and Mondale went back and forth on it. It's like,
You know what's funny? So check this out. Check this out. Mondale and the people who say that, they are actually referring to what people who are like people who should know, right? This is like scientific. USDA says it. No, that they all say don't clean, don't wash the stuff. But what's hilarious about it is the reason why they're saying that is not even about the meat that you're eating. They're saying that because the bacteria from the meat can get on the other surfaces
on the surface
when you call your because you're trying to clean it.
That was his
Right.
reason is that if you wash the meat, the splash of the water that's
Exactly.
holding the bacteria.
But that just means don't be nasty.
Your kitchen.
That just means don't be nasty.
Wait, hold on. Say it again, Anna.
So it's okay to eat it?
Well, they think that the heat
the heat will kill all the germs.
That was their reasoning, was that you're washing the chicken. And it's true, you're splashing water. It's going to happen. So you are contaminating the kitchen. Now,
you could just clean up
now
afterwards.
we're going into time management, because now they're saying, well, what's the point of you washing your chicken and now the chicken is clean, but now you contaminating the kitchen, so you're contaminating the chicken again, so what's the point?
They trifling. I'm going to still wash my chicken.
But here is my argument back to that. You can put it in the sink on low water and just gently wash the water off. You act like I'm putting the chicken in the sink, put water on it, flinging the chicken around on my head to dry it off, and putting it back in. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, look, clean your kitchen. Like, you should be cleaning all your countertops and everything.
Clean as you go.
Yeah.
But I've said that for
and you know who else said that? Dr. Oz. And look what happened to him.
You'll be amazed how quickly you can get out of the kitchen. You can
he did.
Chicken.
It's the chicken. That's why he lost. It was the chicken.
It was all chicken.
That's why Dr. Oz lost.
Oh man.
Dr. Oz came out with a video that said you should not wash your chicken.
You didn't wash your chicken and then you lost. And
then you lost.
That's
Guess
what
how you
happened.
lost? It was the chicken not being washed. You trifling.
It has nothing to do with killing the dogs, not making any sense.
Nope, it started with the chicken and it got progressively worse.
I'm so going on to the next doggone video. Y'all have no idea. Next video. And the next video is y'all wrong for this.
Jesus fucking Christ, I cannot fucking stand the internet. Which one of you motherfuckers did this? Y'all doing too much, okay? Just go to fucking bed. Take an Ambien and go to fucking bed.
I've seen some great little mashups. They are pretty funny.
Anna, you didn't get to see it?
It's too small.
Think of Trump and Kanye West.
Yee.
Oh, why?
Because that was what the picture was.
That's what the picture was.
Jesus fucking Christ. I cannot fucking stand the internet. Which one of you motherfuckers did this? Y'all doing too much, okay? Just go to fucking bed. Take an Ambien and go to...
You kind of look like
What
a
is that?
Pablo Escobar reject.
It was bad.
Yeah.
People need more stuff to do with their lives. Do a crossword puzzle.
It's the end of the year.
Just-
We're done doing stuff. Nah, this is it. This is it. We're done. This is
We need
pretty
more
much what you got.
productive hobbies.
Protest that there's
think
no
it's
health
legal.
care.
Imagine if Fetterman had released an attack against Oz.
I'd have sent him some money.
I'd
I'd have sent him some money. I'd be like, thank you. It started with the chicken and it got worse.
That might have actually helped him.
Mhm.
Because all the non-chicken washers would have been like, finally, someone hears us. You know?
I'm a doctor, I should know. Yeah.
But the best one, you know what got Oz for real? And all the stuff that's going on, what really just got him was that charcuterie board. That was...
Man, that's a veggie tray.
that was the beginning of the
That
end.
was
Y'all,
it.
please.
Man, that's a veggie tray. Don't nobody...
And there wasn't even a charcuterie board. It was whatever the other name is that
Veggie
white
tray.
people know.
Anna.
But
Anna,
Maybe it wasn't a...
please read what Mickey wrote.
Mm.
ew, gross.
Oh, Mickey. It would take Mickey to go there.
Mickey went there.
She went there. Because only Mickey can.
I'm gonna miss Mickey. Jeez.
Oh, crudité. That's what it was.
That's what he called it. But we call it, us commoners call it a veggie tray.
Yep.
Pretty much. Well, I don't. And the funny thing about it is,
I love that he did that because he killed him with that one. That was.
But even people on the comment wouldn't even use that. They was using the fact that he was calling the store that he was
The wrong name.
The wrong name.
Yeah, he blended the two names together.
And he didn't even have a cart. He just went in there. Who? If you go
Somebody
to,
else had the cart.
Oh, Parker. We should have waited on Parker. Kudate. Of all people, we would know Parker would know. All right, going on to the next video. Y'all roll for this as well.
So there was a recent video created, and it goes like this. I'm never gonna hate on somebody's work for praise break.
Never hate on that.
But then somebody did this to it.
Oh, stop.
I can't.
Stop.
they not going to heaven for this
thing
one.
I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god.
They not. This is so wrong on so many levels.
No, but before the first version, it was like watching zombies dance. But then that was the perfect soundtrack.
Oh God!
Oh, that was perfect.
And we notice who isn't laughing. The person that doesn't mock people's praise and worship.
He
Man,
literally
call it what you
said
want to.
he has no problem with praise and worship.
And who mocked it?
And nobody, well, the dude that played the
The
Charlie
blue
Brown,
that put the Charlie Brown music on
That
top of
wasn't
it.
mocking it.
that was mocking.
Charlie Brown
That was
Christmas
wonderful.
special.
That's not Charlie Brown Christmas special. That's the actual opening theme
Well,
of every.
that's the Charlie Brown.
But that was every
theme.
time they got to dancing, wasn't it?
Every time they changed scenes or went somewhere, they would play that music.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Joy every time you hear it.
Oh, it was perfect.
I don't know.
See, Tracy. All right, so Tracy, you gonna tell me, even as a kid,
No.
Charlie Brown walking through.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm
even
sorry,
as a
Tracy.
kid,
I'm
you
sorry.
never looked Because you know we all had to be taught
Can you please
not
play
to
that
look at the
one
people
more
who
time?
supposedly catching the Holy Ghost.
Yes, I
First
can.
of all,
I can play it one more time.
hold
So there was a recent video created, and it goes like this.
This why I don't go to church.
Oh, I think something.
What's the
So I am never gonna hate on somebody's worship or praise break.
Never hate on that.
But then somebody did this to it.
Oh, stop.
I can't.
Stop.
But you know what's hilarious? You notice they were dancing.
This
Wait a
is
minute.
in the front.
They were dancing. They were dancing to a black lady singing gospel music, but there wasn't no black people in the shot. Where was? What was the? What were the music people doing? Like there was people standing over the keyboard, just chilling as they were listening to somebody else sing for them, and then they went into the Walking Dead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing that I am laughing at.
I'm laughing at all of it.
Yeah, I'm laughing at all of it. But here's the thing that killed me. Because I've seen videos of this done before, and it's like, yeah, I get what your joke is you try to do. It's very few talented people. And I didn't realize the talent of people until what was it? The You Name It lady.
Oh yeah, Pat was it? No, not Pat.
Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar.
You name it. Yeah.
What was it?
That ham lamb. She named
green
potatoes.
peas.
That thing.
Beans, greens, potatoes.
I don't know the actual words because they were picking at the fact that
And
she
that
actually
was
has
the
a real
first time I
song.
realized that people have such a talent to add that song to videos and be completely on beat
Yep.
with the song. So
We just watched the dog sing.
Charlie Brown and the guy that was in the front that was dancing, and it was literally on beat with the song.
This
Sorry.
is just
First of all,
don't appreciate
when we were watching it in its normal form, he was anything but on beat. It was only when they played Charlie Brown music that it was on
He
beat.
has his own beat. There's nothing wrong with being off beat.
I agree with you. I'm good with that. If he thinks he was, dancing Holy Spirit or whatever, then that's what he think he was doing. But I'm just saying the reason why he was on beat with the second one is because it's really hard to be off beat with the Charlie Brown song. Like, because it's just constant,
Again, y'all find humor in something I don't.
That deep of a tempo that you could, beat on there.
Yeah, you're not supposed to look at him.
You know, Susan.
Don't look at him like
I'm not gonna blame anybody because if you grew up in the church, it becomes so second nature that you don't even play. And let me put it to you this way.
It's not even that it's second nature. We are taught not to stare at them.
Who taught you that?
We're taught now to try to catch them so they don't hurt themselves.
See, this is what happens. I'll walk you through this, people who don't know. So somebody, it's usually the same somebody, but somebody catches a Holy Ghost. Now, if you have a runner, the runner is going to go out into the aisle or on the outside row
and run around the church.
Right? And then no one's going to impede that person. Nobody's going to try to nothing. Just let them go. Okay? If you have someone inside the pews and they go, then the people on either side of them, they stand up.
Or the usher.
If the ushers can get there, right? The ushers will eventually come in.
In my church, if somebody, exactly the circumstances that you're saying, Theas, the people on each side, the ushers are supposed to take care of. So the people that's on each side of that person are to remove themselves.
No, I agree, but
and the ushers are
when it first happens, the people on each side of you stand up because what they're trying to do is make sure you don't hurt yourself. The ushers then come around and they do that thing, right? And they so that you don't slip, trip, or whatever. They're just kind of there to help, keep people away from you. and then the people on the front and the back of you, one of them gonna take their program or something and fan you. So that is the thing. Now, if you are sitting behind said person, you can look because there ain't nowhere else for you to look. But if you are on the other side of the church or ahead of that person, you look forward as though nothing is happening.
Who
And
told you not to look? Though I've never heard this teaching.
I do that.
kids, they tell little kids that.
You are not. Oh no!
I've never been
Tracy.
told this as a child. I've
As
never
a
been
little
told
kid, they
this.
were like, "No, baby,
grandmother
stop! Stop! Don't stare at her."
told me,
What we
you
were
are
taught to do
not
was not to
share with
laugh.
somebody
Now
who's
we were
having the
told
Holy
don't
Spirit
point and
because
laugh,
that's disrespectful.
but not. No, we were never told don't look. We were
I was
told to look
always
and
told
don't
that.
laugh. But
How do
no.
you think? How do you think the whole church knows not to all turn and stare at this person? Because we have been trained to understand.
Y'all have been, because
this
I ain't never been
person-
taught that. Never. I have never heard it. I've never.
Do you stare at the person? Do you stare at the person?
I'm not
You
even
a
looking
preacher's
at
kid.
people.
You a preacher's kid, so you've been in church your whole life.
Yes, and I've always if the person's behind me, I'm not gonna turn around and stare
Why
at them.
not?
No,
Why not?
because they're behind me.
But you would notice if something else was happening.
If it was a commotion, yeah, I'm gonna notice. But no, I've never.
Well, there's a
been taught
commotion.
that. Yeah, but if I know, oh, let's move the Holy Spirit. Okay,
You're
I'm going right
literally
back
making
around.
my point.
There's a commotion. They're having the Holy Spirit moment. You are to divert your eyes somewhere other
But
than.
how do you
the
fail to
commotion.
look if they're right in front of you? How you not gonna look?
I just said
And
if
that's
you're
the point.
behind
If they're in
them,
front
then
of
you're
you,
fine.
You can get away with it because you have no choice.
I was
but to
never
look in front
taught.
of you.
I was
You
taught
have
to
no
look
choice to
and
look
don't
to the
laugh.
left
That's
and
what
to
I
the
was
right.
taught.
And behind you, you have that choice. You have no reason to look to your left.
Because
You
a
have no reason
person
to
is
look to your
acting
right.
out of
You have no
normal,
reason
you
to look
obviously
behind
your
you.
eyes are gonna look. That's just natural.
You look,
No,
and
Tracy,
then you look away.
Tracy, what I'm saying is, you're saying you have no choice but to look to see where the commotion is. That's not staring.
Right.
That's looking to see what the situation is. Oh, somebody's catching the Holy Spirit. You
Wait a
turn
minute,
back
can
around.
we stop
and
using
look
that? Okay,
forward.
one thing. Okay, could we stop using that term? Could we just stop using that
How?
term?
That's the term that's the one I heard
I
growing
was
up.
always told
It's
that.
just that one annoys me to the
What's the
utter
proper term?
What's
most.
the
Because
proper way now?
it-
Because I was brought up on Holy Spirit. She
No.
caught the Holy Spirit. He caught the Holy
You
Spirit.
cannot catch something. Either you
I
have
agree,
it
but what
or
is
you
the
don't.
better? What's the better way to
You
say it?
could say
What is
they
that?
were in the spirit, or they experienced a higher level
No,
of the spirit.
no,
but to catch,
no,
nah,
no.
I just that's a personal thing. It's
Tracy,
a personal
that
thing.
was that was changed because I will always be
I'm
brought
gonna
up
keep
on
saying
they caught the Holy
Because the Holy Spirit is not on the run. Like, what are we? Like, the Holy Spirit ain't on the run.
No, because they say just like when the church says, "Let us usher in the Spirit."
The
Let
Spirit
us
over
usher
here.
in the Spirit. Your church, maybe your church doesn't say that, but I've been to a lot of churches. in my
No,
life.
sure don't, because
And
I'll be heading towards the door.
Let's get into the Spirit. Let's usher in the Spirit. God is in the house. God is with us. I can feel Him moving. I can feel it moving. It is in the atmosphere. Like, these are all terms I grew up hearing.
Well, we did not grow up the
AME,
same.
Baptist,
if you
non-denominational.
they're in the spirit. Nice. I'm telling you, from the time that I can remember that 8. I'm 50 now.
I'm just talking
From
about
that
something
same
that
time when
annoys
they
me.
were, sister caught the Holy Spirit. Brother caught the Holy Spirit. It wasn't. They experienced the
Do you
Holy
hear
Spirit.
them say things like, "Let Him use you"?
Oh, people say that one all the time. That annoys me also.
Okay,
I would agree.
That's a
It's a-
personal
yeah,
thing
but-
now. 'Cause,
I'm just talking about something that annoys me. I
feel
didn't
Because
say
you're
it
using
couldn't
word
annoy anybody.
association. Yeah, you're using one word of it.
It's the word catch that just really annoys and irritates me. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with you.
And we done had Anna not even in the conversation. She just not even paying us attention.
Because you know we talking about that interesting talk.
Yeah, I ain't gonna care about it. Last video of the night.
Tell me something that is not in the Bible
but people think it is.
White folks.
You played this one before.
I
Not
know.
this exact video, but that.
But that's not true. Oh my gosh.
Where are the white people in the Bible?
How? No, not where. How?
Where did white people come
Just
from?
where? Just where?
How?
Where,
Well, where did white
No,
people
no,
come
no.
from?
Look at
Europe. Where
the
do white people?
demographic.
Where do white people in the Bible?
Okay,
America.
we're not gonna have to. No.
I'm just asking a question.
No.
You said that they're wrong. Tell us what's right.
Where is the demographic from the Old Testament into the New Testament? The main demographic.
I know the majority of the people are of African descent. I'm not. You're never gonna give me the argument.
So,
But to say there were no white, no.
Who, Tracy?
I don't know a name right now.
You're just imagining that they in there.
well,
You're asserting
I'm sorry,
something
but
to be
being
with no
unfortunate-
basis for asserting.
You just excluded a whole race of people. Just said nope, not for you.
Because actually, we all one race. But I am excluding ethnicity based on geography, based on how the stories are told. The stories all took place in like the African Mediterranean kind of bubble, right? That's where it all
But
happened.
to say there were no white people,
You just want there to be white people in there. Were the Asian people in there? Were the Asian Pacific people in there?
And see, and here lies.
Were there
here
indigenous
lies the thing.
Americans in there?
Here lies the thing. So, but this is where we start going with possibility instead of what we know.
Actuality.
And when you look at the demographics of the Bible,
it's a
and you
mostly
look at the
African story.
demographics now,
Where is
Try to
it not
phrase it.
African? Where is it not of that area? Where are the Europeans,
I'm
Tracy?
not going through this. I'm not.
So you making it up. You making it up, and you feel offended that I'm pushing you on it, but you making it up.
No,
I'm not saying that it should exclude
no,
anyone.
No,
the Bible says that it's for everyone. The Bible said it's for all of God's creation. So I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is the question, well, the statement was
Now, what,
white people ain't in the Bible. You said white people are in the Bible. I'm asking where.
I'm saying it would be hard for me to assume that there are not white people.
Where are the Asian people?
So, and I'm not
or
trying to
Asian
put
or
words in your mouth.
indigenous or
I'm not
Hispanic
They
or
all got on the
Latino.
ark. Were they added on the ark?
What you are saying is it could have been white people in the Bible. Not
This
that
fair
they're-
statement.
That
Fair
was an
statement. I disagree with it. That's a fair
exclusionary.
statement.
That was an exclusionary statement, in my opinion.
Exclusionary
My
statement.
opinion.
You know,
My
if I
opinion.
said-
It's
if I hand
mine.
you a red and a blue crayon, is that exclusionary of the brown and the
Yes,
purple
because
crayon?
you only gave me red. You only gave me two colors. You excluded all the other
Okay,
ones.
because that's not a good one. It's not a good one.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not
It's the
having these
reality of
arguments.
what
Nope,
it is.
nope, and nope.
It's the reality of it. Who did we exclude from this video? Marlon, you excluded everybody from this video except the four
I
of us.
said, in my
you
opinion,
are being exclusionary.
my
You're
opinion.
speaking to the wrong person dude, because you just see what I gave.
And I am challenging your opinion because your opinion is not fact.
And
I'm not
going
even
to-
backed up by your text.
I'm not gonna assume what that person assumed. Period.
But you assumed. You assumed.
You're assuming the opposite.
Assuming there could be white people
I
in
am
the Bible.
not for the statement that the woman made.
And I am asking you about yours.
And I'm saying I can't name a specific white person.
I'm
No,
not
I
asking
had
you
to
to say Billy, right? Billy was on page 12. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. I'm not
saying-
gonna do this. Nope, I will not.
See, that's where these discussions always kind of break down for me, because
Mm-mm.
whenever you only use one source material for all of your basis of fact, which is a problem, then it becomes difficult when you walk into areas that your one thing can't back up.
There are arguments that I will have, and there are arguments that I will not have. This is
But
the
you
one I will not.
introduced the concept.
I stated an opinion. That's all I did.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
let me put you.
Oh,
this
don't do that, ma'am stuff. Oh gosh.
Wait a minute. I say that to anybody who is of the female gender. And I don't know if
What
that's the
is
proper
your
terminology,
issue
but
with
I'm
the
just.
word, ma'am?
I'm not old. Thank
If
you.
you were a
That is
10-year-old
not an
boy,
old
I would say
thing.
yes, sir.
If okay, because we had this argument before.
But I can respect that you don't like
If I
being
was 8
called
years
referred
old,
that way.
if I'm 8 years
Yes,
old
you
and
better
my
call me
mom is
ma'am.
in her 30s, and I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, am I calling my mom old?
To you, yes.
No, I'm respecting her.
That's a respect.
But it
But
also
I've
it also
already
comes to how
said
they
I
interpret it.
don't like the word ma'am. Just
And I'm
like
not
you
even
don't.
going to try to use the word madam, because then you went into a long diatribe of how that was.
No, because I don't.
How you feel about Miss Lady?
Like I
She had no
said,
problem with your highness during Halloween.
That was true. But
because
that's
I
she's
am
royal.
royalty.
She's wearing the
Period.
color of royalty right now.
I am
Your
royalty.
Majesty.
So,
That's
anyways,
not your highness.
The thing is, we are
Different.
surrounded by royalty and the ambassador to the Ukraine.
It's a
I
beautiful
don't even know
thing.
why the
It's a
hell we
beautiful
own the
thing.
damn show personally. I don't even know why we own here.
Because every ruler needs to have peasants.
Ah,
We're to help, man.
we're the
and you miss JJ Icefish.
when I say yes, dear, to my partner, she knows I'm laughing. I cannot say yes, dear, to Foxy.
And I don't
Really?
blame her.
No, but it's totally different, because she knows when I say yes, dear, that is my term of saying I don't want to argue with you no more.
You're shutting it down. Yeah.
I'm shutting it down. So she knows it. And it's so subconscious. I don't even know I said yes, dear, until after it came out of my mouth. So yeah, it's like
It'll be my tone. My tone is what will get me.
It's my wording, like yes, dear. Because a long time ago it usually come out with yes, dear. I hear you, dear. I understand, dear. Whatever you say, dear. Now, after 20 years, it's like, yes, dear. Oh, yes, dear me. You know you want to say more. I do, but I don't.
Yeah, my wife, she doesn't. It's like I said, it's a tone. So like, if she says something to me from another room, and I'm like, yes, dear, she ain't got no problem. If she is in the midst of trying to prove her point, and I say, yes, dear, it's the tone. It's like, no, now there's a problem. But then at the same time, my wife ain't push me too hard because she don't like arguing with me. People don't like arguing with me for some reason. So she just,
gee, I wonder why.
I'm just saying. So if I tap out, you let me tap out. Just let me tap out. Just let me tap out. Because I don't have to be right. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. I think arguing with me should be the most wonderful thing in the world for you. If I will not argue from a weakened position.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can see where my point is not accurate or the right one, I give up immediately. Like, oh, you're right. And I'm done. Like,
well, here's my thing that I started in 2022, and then I'm going to roll into 2023, and it's worked very well, honestly. Is that I actually shut up. Now,
when is this?
He's gonna try next year.
You should fear when I do shut up, because I'm actually trying to get all the information in. It usually backfires, because when I get all the information in and I respond to what you just said, and you're not quick enough to try to defend what you literally just said, I won the argument. That's why I just shut up again. And I repeat what you said. And you say, that's not what I said. That's why I try to make sure that I say it within the seconds after you said it. So you can't come back and go, that's not what I said. No, that literally was the last statement that you said. So let's stick to that. Trust me. Unfortunately, it didn't come from a good place. It came from dealing with MAGA people. And after a while, I just realized that y'all going to be hypocrites and forget that you said something and everything else, and I have better things to do, like breathe, go to the
eat.
bathroom, go read the paper, anything other than argue with you. So yeah, but for a normal argument, yes, I just sit there, be quiet, listen to what you say, and then I repeat what you say to you, and then I say what I have to say, and then when it don't come out in your favor, I want to make sure that you understand that I did understand you. Understanding and agreeing is totally two different things. So please stop saying you don't understand where I'm coming from. No, I completely understand where you're coming from. That don't mean I agree with you.
Yeah, you just wrong.
Yeah. I just don't agree with what you're saying. Don't mean I don't understand what you're saying. I just don't agree with what you're saying. And if you have a problem with me disagreeing with what you're saying, why are you telling me?
I
This
know
is
I
not
used
a
to have a lot more
conversation.
patience.
This is a one-sided conversation, and you need to go look in the mirror and hold this conversation with yourself.
It's funny you say that. I remember it was because I used to be a lot more patient than I am now. I don't have a lot of patience now. So like
With the last
I
years,
will fight you, verbally. I will fight you a lot faster now than I used to when I was younger. But I remember my wife told me once, it was after she got used to dealing with her crazy husband. I was like, she said something about when I'm not around, she will curse me out. She will have the full argument when I'm not around because it's a waste of time to try to do it with me. Because like if you get to yelling at me, this ain't gonna work out too well. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make my point, and then I'm done. Like totally shut down, done, whatever. I made my point. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to admit that you right, wrong, or indifferent because I know I put my point together so well that even if you don't know it, in about 5 to 10 minutes after we done talking, you'll know it. So don't nobody like arguing with me. So, like, hey, because I'm not going to give you what you need. I'm just not. You're not going to get the back and forth stuff. And I think it has a good application, but like Marlon just said a moment ago, it doesn't necessarily come from a good place. Because what I learned as a young boy was a lot of the chivalry, mannerisms stuff that we've learned. On the one hand, yes, it can be quite pleasant to members of the opposite sex. It could be, I'm very protective.
yeah.
I'm very deferential. I'm extremely loving, but I'm not very patient. And my thing is, I look at almost every interaction that's kind of getting a little high on the emotional thing. And I say, what can I get out of this? Right? Because like, let's say me and Marlon are face to face and we strongly disagree about something. There will be a point where me or Marlon are going to just drop it. We're just going to, whatever it is, just going to drop it. Because at some point, our egos and our cultural background means this is going to get physical. And if one of us don't feel like going there, we drop it. Women are not necessarily functioning on the same wavelength.
He just done did a couple of sit-ups, and now he wants to get physical on
everything,
argument.
every little point.
He done did some sit-ups. He done did.
Women are.
We finna go now.
No, this is how I've always been as a kid, even as a kid.
I'm just messing with you.
Because I fought a lot of people growing up. I always fighting dudes. But with women, I won't fight with you. I just won't. Like one, if I bump into a woman too hard, I feel terrible. Like I'm probably gonna apologize 15,000 times, right? And all I do is bump into you. But I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you either, because the thing with me and Marlon, at some point, we can go ahead and throw them hands if that's what we need to do. I can't do that with you. So if we can't get there, what point is there to me staying in an argument with you? What is the point? Because I have to exit. There is an off ramp from me. I cannot go but so far. But you, you can go as far as you want to, because I can't touch you. So there's no upside to staying in an argument. Zero. Plus, I don't know the man. I don't know too many men anyway that can really hold their own arguing with a woman. I don't know too many that can do it. We ain't equipped for it. Get our asses handed to us all the time.
Yeah, because I'm going to say that about a relationship, because unfortunately we deal with women who can remember the 2 seconds right before you said, "Hey, my name is," and they can have a memory from that part on before the relationship even commenced. So yeah, you don't stand a chance in hell, dude.
No point in it.
Nope.
And if you know you're wrong, why are you arguing? I don't get that part. Man or woman, I do not understand. Why are you still arguing?
This is the last Saturday Night Vibe for 2022.
Mele Kaliki Maka, everybody.
We will be off for 2 weeks. Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
What? I can't hear you.
I literally got it. Really, really low. Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me 2 places. January 31st at 11 o'clock p.m.
December 31st.
December 31st. Thank you very much. You can find me on YouTube hosting a New Year's Eve celebration, or you can always find me at Tracy Media at TracyMediaLLC.com, where I drop not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new videos.
Yes, join Tracy for her watch night service, December 31st. Bring in the new year.
AureliaEtc.com.
I don't even worry about me. Y'all just make sure you go to TracyMediaLLC.com and check out all the wonderful things that she is doing, all the projects that she got going. And I'm going to say it again, take your behind to her Patreon page and just something, people.
This is Marlon's platform. We should be supporting Marlon.
We're a family.
Go to Marlon's too.
Yes.
You will find me December 31st on Tracy's New Year's Eve. Drunk as all get out and using every cuss word I can think of.
Oh, no.
I won't be on the show, folks. I promise you I won't.
I go to bed at 10 o'clock, so.
Because you're 90 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
I have to power down to receive my updates.
Non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. I'd like to thank Tracy Carson, Anna Hart, and old man Theus Robinson. And until next time, we will see you when we see you in 2023. Peace.